Welcome to the most horsepowerful podcast on the internet, the Xbox Drive. Before we get this show on the road, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and ring that bell on YouTube, and leave a 5-star rating or review on your podcatcher of choice. If you want to continue the conversation after the show, make sure you join the Carpool Gaming Discord. For exclusive content and all the Carpool shows in one simple feed, head over to patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Finally, head over to carpoolgaming.com for all of your merch needs. Now, with all that out of the way, you better buckle up, Buttercup, because it's time for the Xbox Drive.
Greater than X. Hey everyone, it's me, Sean Capri. I'm glad you're here because you're listening to the most horsepowerful podcast on the internet. It's the Xbox Drive. I'm on a Skype call with my friends Bowza, Fee, and Mitch. Mitch, how the hell are you doing there, buddy?
I'm doing good. I just had
Wonderful to hear from you, dude. I got a sleeping baby upstairs. I am dancing with the devil tonight, you guys. I'm just dancing on the edge. I'm just hoping that I wake him up and I keep screaming. I can let you talk, Fee. What's going on, Fee? Hello.
Sean, it's Friday, and I get to sit here and talk about Xbox with all of you. I'm here, and I'm hyped.
Pretty great. It's a pretty great way to spend a Friday night. What else are we going to do? Go out? Go in public? Not a chance, Bowza.
Ew.
How you doing?
Not only is it Friday, but it is Friday the 13th.
Oh, snap. We're getting
Yeah, it
stabby.
is. We're getting stabby.
Yep.
Fee's
Mitch.
here for it.
Mitch especially.
I probably deserve it. It's fine.
I see those eyes. No, you're not going to get stabbed.
Oh, I'm not stabbing
to-
anybody. I'm not going to jail.
Yeah, we all get to be stabby. You
Yeah.
know?
Is that
Stabby
like
on.
together.
It's Friday
is it
the
like
13th.
Purge Day? Is it like Purge Day when I was at
Exactly.
Friday the 13th? You could only kill people how Jason killed people in those movies. Got it heard.
Which is a
right.
lot of ways.
a lot of ways.
A lot of
True.
creative
A lot of
ways. Yep.
Yeah.
Sleeping bag one was the best. Just saying.
Sleeping bag, eh?
Yeah.
You don't know that one?
I mean, there's a lot to keep track of, man.
I mean, there is. That sleeping bag one's pretty ingrained up here, though. It's pretty good. Yeah.
Well, everybody, we are live here at youtube.com/carpoolgaming and at twitch.tv/carpoolgaming live, episode 391, if that's correct. We have no fact checkers on our account on these things, Fee. I thought you were putting up your hand for you're just hyping us up.
Just hyping up. I put like 9-1.
Nice. Oh, I missed the 9. I missed that part.
It's okay. I
Gotcha.
didn't put 9 at the beginning, so then I was just like, oh, I should probably do this.
I guess that's why I missed it. Good gracious.
It wasn't existent. It didn't
Oh,
exist.
man. Guys, so much is going on. So much content going out on the free feeds on all the drives, as well as at patreon.com/carpoolgaming. But before we get into everything that's going on over there, why don't we start this show like we do each and every single damn week about our geek outs and or shout outs. Mitch, you geeking out about something there over there? You got your chicken tendies, you got your popcorn. What are you munching on over there? You big
Yeah,
muncher?
food's pretty cool. You know what I'm going to shout out? Swimming. So the other
Shout
day,
out swimming.
yeah. So the other day I was at the gym and I got there a little late and I did my 15 minutes on the bike like I always do. And then I was like, cool, I'm going to go do one of the 3 things, either arms, legs, or core and
Nice.
back. And I look over to my right to the arms machines. They're all filled. I'm like, okay, let's go do legs. Those are all filled. Everybody was at the goddamn gym at 4:25 in the morning.
Stay home, people. What are you doing?
I know,
Yeah.
right? So basically, I was like, okay, cool. I don't want to just go home right now because that's a waste. And I was like, you know what? I haven't been swimming in a while. So I actually went swimming and I swam like 500 meters and it was awesome. And I was just like, oh yeah, this is really cool.
That's
So I did that.
amazing.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
And I sat in the sauna
can't
and
do
I sat in the
that.
hot tub. Yeah, it was fun. I'm somewhat athletic. This might deceive
Swimming's
you.
impressive. Swimming's dangerous. Swimming, you can
could
legit
die.
die. You just sit there and drown.
I love
Well, I mean, I went straight for a while, and like I stopped for a minute because like the best thing too was there was a guy that was
senior citizens.
no. So there are a lot of senior citizens in the pool. I will say that with their gym weights, the water weights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there was a guy that was probably about 10 years older than me that I showed up and I started swimming like a psychopath, and he kind of did that look. He's like, "What the hell? Great! Now I got to step my game up." And then this poor old man started swimming faster, and then I see him at the end just going, just like dying, and I'm like, I didn't mean to do this. I just wanted to come swim and have fun. So shout out to swimming. Swimming is great exercise and it's really fun.
good on your bones, good on your joints. Yeah,
Yep.
nicely
Yeah, and
done,
it'll get your
man.
cardio going if you just go and go and go and go
Look,
and go. And
I
go.
feel like because I can run a little bit here and there. I feel like anybody can do it. Swimming is not the same, dude. Like you gotta float, you gotta propel yourself. You gotta can you tell us the
gotta
truth? Are
think
you in
about when you
floaties out
breathe?
there? Like you swimming with your life jacket on? Like what's going on here?
No,
Like, you're
what are you
legit-
talking about? I'm
just-
a damn adult, okay? I'm an
have the
adult
wings.
man. I don't need
don't have the
floaties.
wings.
I don't need any of that shit.
No
okay?
flamingo around your waist. Or anything
No,
like that?
thank you very much. You know what's crazy here? I actually would rather swim than run because I will tell you when you
yeah.
get to a certain weight, okay,
Yes.
like running sucks and it's just like exhausting. It's way more
Here's the
exhausting.
difference.
Swimming is so much different.
Look, here's the difference. When I'm running, I just open my mouth and I breathe in and out all I want.
I'm not
You could do-
underwater for
well,
500 meters, you psychopath.
you
My
could do
head's
the
above the
backstroke.
water.
And always have your mouth above
That's
water.
true. That's true.
That's what I did.
I'll just do backstroke.
When exactly. So when I was getting tired of swimming normal, I just rolled over and did that did that for a little bit. Like,
Okay.
you act like I'm underwater the whole time, Sean.
I'm just saying, look, man, I get freaked out. I try to do like the front stroke or whatever freestyle, and it's just like, how is everybody doing this? I can't get a rhythm.
Yeah.
I gotta hold or I gotta blow out the bubbles. I can't do it, man. It's
right.
it's not good.
Water's better for your knees. It's
Yes.
like overall better. It's used in physiotherapy for like people who are like who've had like.
I'm not
knee
saying I
leg
think running
injuries.
is better. I'm saying you
just-
guys are better than me. That's what I'm trying to say. I want to be
It's
crystal
a
clear. You're
requirement here
better
in
than
Nova
me.
Scotia. You need to swim.
That's
Like,
true.
Yeah.
At any point in time, everything could be underwater. We don't know.
Just
Yeah.
be whisked away into the Atlantic
It's
Ocean.
true.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Undertows are a thing, guys. It's
not-
terrifying.
What?
Do you not know what? Okay, this is
Yeah.
not the.
No, I
podcast
do
to
know
talk
what that
about
is, but you're just like they're everywhere. Like they're just everywhere. Like,
I live in the
What's
Bay of
everywhere?
Fundy,
I
my
missed
dude.
it. What?
Yeah.
What's
Undertow.
everywhere?
Undertows.
Undertows. Oh yeah, no, terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have the highest.
that's why I swim in controlled water.
They don't have those in Arizona.
I was
They
gonna say I don't
literally do
have
not exist.
an ocean
They
here.
did,
I have
but the sun
controlled
dried it all
water.
up.
Do have an ocean,
It's true.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
controlled water. Thank you very much.
Mitch walks outside and has to dodge the sun from Super Mario 3. Like that's what his
No,
life
it
is like.
actually is that sun. That sun looks at me. I
comes
look
down,
up and it's
he's
like, just does that. No, it's hot. It's really hot. It was like 110 today, dude.
That
Yeah.
sucks. What are you?
It doesn't
talking
suck. It's
about?
fine. I was indoors in air conditioning all day. It was great.
Yeah.
Nice. Mitch, that was one hell of a geek out, dude.
It
Way
is.
to go. Damn.
Got the conversation going that I'm
I
part
love
dolphin,
that.
apparently, according to Seth in the chat. Says Sean thinks Mitch is part dolphin,
I
apparently.
think you are. Yep.
Yeah.
Real smart.
Wow.
Aw. That's
At least
nice
not
of
like
you,
a
Eli.
killer whale. Killer whale's kind of a dick, you know?
Yeah. That's also me. I'm just saying.
They throw
It's like
seals
all
up
of
in the
it.
air for fun.
Just for fun.
For funsies. They just throw up mammals.
They're just a bunch of bullies. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
are.
Sorry.
Oh, what a good start to this here, episode 391. Fee, you want to go next? What are you geeking out about stuff over there?
Yes. So, as you guys know, I like to read a lot, and sometimes you just want to cozy up with a Kindle, but you don't want to actually have to like hold the Kindle the entire time. So, I finally got sold, guys.
yeah.
Just as a heads up, I got this. This is a Kindle.
Oh,
holder.
yeah, you did.
And so, okay, for people who are listening, this is a Kindle holder that not only like it has like a support at the bottom, and it has a bowl where I have like my little clicker, so I can put like. And
You
that
need some
whole, like,
popcorn in there.
no food's going in this bowl as a heads up. I think that's terrifying. It's disgusting. I'm sorry for people who do that. It's absolutely mind-blowing to me that people put food in those. and
I
then
would put
gets,
it
like,
in
the
another
fur.
bowl
Okay,
inside
this
of that
bowl-
bowl.
Fair.
Put
That's
this
fair.
clear bowl in there. It'll
Yes.
protect
Yeah.
it.
No,
Yeah.
my like nightmare scenario is getting like putting food in this, and then it gets like the fur like.
Oh, yeah.
No. So
was that?
I use this for like my little clicker, which I put on my Kindle like this, like it goes onto it, and then I can just click a button, so I can be all cozied up and just click a button, and then just like my Kindle just goes like page per page per page,
love
which is
this.
fantastic. So yes, also I have it's a 2-in-1, so this actually slides off, and then it goes on to like this really heavy weighted like kind of like a plate that you can put on a side table. So I have that currently on my side table in my bed, so I can also read and also just put my phone there if I want to watch Criminal Minds when I'm going to bed. I know Sean looks really like disturbed or like concerned about this. This is fantastic. I think it's a great invention.
I'm super excited for you. I see these like
you.
all the time on like TikTok and whatnot.
Yes, you could put a Switch. You could put your Switch here and just have like your
Yep.
little Switch controllers while you're all cozied up, and then you don't have to like hold the Switch.
You
the
can
entire
keep
time.
your arms under the blanket.
Correct. This is what it's cold in Canada, guys. This is an important thing. I don't know what else to tell you. So yes, I've seen them quite often and quite a lot over on Book Talk, and I'm like, I'm gonna get one day. I'm gonna get one, and then the other day I'm like, I'm going on vacation. Do you know what would be great? I'm just gonna get this, and I finally did it, and it's been fantastic. So no food's going in the bowl. Mitch, did you have your hand up, or are you just like
The way you said correct was awesome. You're like, correct! Like, you were so happy.
We're so excited for this.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank
I am so
you.
happy for you.
It makes sense. It just makes sense, guys. I'm just saying, go if you want to go read a Kindle, or if you want to put your like handheld console in like a little holder. You can put your Steam Deck in there if you have like a little controller. 10 out of 10 would recommend for anyone.
Save your wrists.
Save your
I
wrist.
thought you were actually going to get the one. I've seen the one that's literally like a giant arm that goes on the side of your bed. Like, it's a giant arm where you can lay flat and it's above your head.
Yeah, like
That's what I
Dr.
thought you were
Octopus.
going to talk about.
Coming
is
over
it
there.
big?
Exactly, Sean. Exactly.
But this one it's more cozy, and I can put it just on my sofa. I usually
Yeah.
like have it on my ottoman, and then I just like sit on my like L-shaped sofa with the ottoman pushed in, and I just click and then go through my like book while I'm reading. So yeah, that's my nerd out.
Can I see it again? Can you show it to me again? I just want to
Absolutely.
like I actually like all the function that it's doing for you. I'm not upset about any of that. The face I was making before is it kind of reminds me of like the training potty that we've had for our kids when they learn how to go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying, Mitch? You know what I mean?
I
Mitch?
do know what you're saying, but I wasn't
they're
trying to
onto
make that
something. Maybe
correlation.
they could go learn how to use the potty and read their favorite kids book at the same time.
It's fluffy.
Yeah,
Kinda
we
like
don't
for
need
old
that
people,
around
you know?
potty training children.
I don't like this.
Yeah, nothing's soaking up any liquids, you know?
Oh no.
All right, I'm
Well,
done.
now you understand where my mind was at. I just had to share. This is a podcast.
You know what, Sean? I love hearing your thoughts. That was
Thanks.
not a thought I wanted.
Oh, you're welcome. Yep. You guys never really know what's gonna happen when I show up on this dang show. It's been a
We
long
sure don't.
week, you know. I'm all hopped up on Diet Coke from Dollar Days, of course, at Canada McDonald's. I'm gonna start
course.
calling it Canada McDonald's, not regular McDonald's or McDonald's Canada. What do you think about that,
we
Fee?
need a better nickname for it. Like it's Macca's for
Oh,
food.
yeah.
Canada.
Yeah, you need to think on that.
Some like
Come up with
overly
a good
descriptive, kind of like what we have
Yes.
like skip the
Nick Maple?
dishes. Yes.
artery clogging nonsense that also has good Diet Coke.
Yeah, Ronald McDonald's restaurant of serving hamburgers and other food goods.
That is the
Yeah.
longest name. I'm not.
I think
gonna
we're on the right track
Yeah,
then.
yep, it's perfect.
Yep.
I think make maple.
McMaple's
Ooh.
okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, that's very snappy. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or make
Dang.
Or what?
no. Someone sent me a message and I almost said it, and then I'm like, no.
Wow,
because
you like slammed on the brakes mid
did.
sentence.
I sure did because
filter
I
kicked
almost
in.
said it. And
Yep.
I don't want to be
Needle
the one
skip.
who uses our one swear during a podcast, so I'm here.
Yeah, we'll use it later.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think we're in for one heck of a show, you guys. I just got this feeling. I just got a feeling. So why don't we keep the ball rolling,
Yeah.
Bowser? What the hell are you geeking out over there, you big dork?
Vacation. Let's go.
Oh.
Next
let's all
week,
do it.
if you need me, you can find me at the pool bar because that's where I'm gonna be.
Oh, snap.
That's it. That's all I'm doing. It's
What if
gonna
people
be.
found you there?
I mean, okay.
Mitch is
I
like
would
right
say
there.
I would say buy me a drink, but it's an all inclusive, so I don't know.
That's
I don't
the
know what you
classic
should buy
joke.
me. Like
This one's on me.
yeah, it's, next round's on me. Ha ha ha.
Mitch loves
Nah.
that one.
Nah. Yeah, it's been a while since going on a vacation, so I'm ready. Like, we've never done the all-inclusive route. We're more cruise people because we like to go like multiple places.
Yes, you are.
So this will be an interesting adventure. I got a bunch of family going. It's my aunt and uncle's 60th wedding anniversary. So we're
Wow.
gonna celebrate that, and I'm just ready to kick back and not have anything I need to do.
I love that.
What
like it.
what if I showed up like this? What if Bobby showed up next to you at the pool bar? What would you do?
I'd pass you a drink.
Nice.
Cool.
Good answer.
Playing comms.
Nice. Good. I
The
like
weather's
it.
going to be high of like 90 and low of 80 every day.
Whatever
It's just
that
going to
means.
be hot.
Yeah, that's a little
Well,
high.
it'll be humid, 'cause
I was
you're,
gonna say
like,
that's the
in the
difference, the
frickin'
humidity
ocean.
part of it. Yeah.
Here we are.
That
Yeah.
comes.
So
There it is.
it'll be sit in the pool all day weather. Lots of sunscreen.
SPF
Yeah,
like
and you know what
200.
sunscreen to buy, right? Like you can just purchase any sunscreen. You don't have to use an app to determine like which ones you're gonna. Did you listen to Amanda on the
Leave
Nintendo
Amanda
Drive?
alone.
No.
Did you guys listen to
I
this?
missed it.
Just
I haven't
use
got
some
there yet.
sunscreen, girl. Just do it.
Yeah.
She has sensitive skin.
You know
So
what?
do I.
I get it.
Green Jeans has special sunscreen.
There you go.
So-
You're all set.
There you go.
Shout out. Yeah. Protect that skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
We end up
Multiple
looking like those people
sunscreens.
in Scottsdale that look like leather purses. You know what I'm saying? They don't look
yeah.
very
man.
good.
The ones that get thrown away. Not even good leather purses.
Damn, the
Yeah.
ones donated to Goodwill. Wow.
Oh no.
Oh no, not Goodwill
well
leather
used.
purse.
Yeah. Generously
Seasoned.
used. Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh man.
How about you, Sean? You got anything
Speaking
you're
of staying
geeking
the
out?
hell out of the sun, I'm raising money for cancer. I'm doing a big old bike ride. It's like a month away. It's 200 kilometers. I got to translate that to miles. There's no way to know.
Jeez.
It's like 140 miles or something like that, maybe. Something like that. 140, 130, something like that. Over the course of 2 days, Southern Alberta, I'm doing it. It's happening. Like, I can't believe it's June, which means July is next, and that's when this all happens. How many is that? 124 miles. That's pretty kind of close. I mean,
Yeah.
Pretty good off the cuff.
pretty good. And I got to tell you, as somebody who doesn't really ride his bike all the time, doing this ride, it hurts the part of your butt that you didn't even know was there. It
Yeah.
really stings, especially on day 2, Mitch.
You gotta get that wide seat. I
get that wide
know.
I gotta
That's what I'm saying.
can I borrow your floaties that you're using for swimming? Can I just
I
put that
don't
on
wear
my bike seat?
floaties. I'm an adult.
If I could be so serious, if I could be so real, and then we'll have some fun, talk about video games. I hate cancer. I hate that we're still losing people to cancer. This is my 10th time doing this ride. It's not exactly getting easier because I continue to be doing the ride, unfortunately, in memory of people who are lost to cancer. And it's only, that list is only getting larger, and it sucks. And I hate it. Cancer is terrible, but we are making progress, like learning to stay out of the sun, and treatments are getting better, and research is fascinating, and we've got some of the most brilliant, best minds tackling this impossible problem. And so I'm starting to kickstart my fundraising towards it. And I wasn't going to geek out about this, but mid Mitch talking about swimming, I received an exceptionally generous donation to my fundraising effort from my very first boss at Canadian Future Shop.
Wow.
This guy
Shout
hired
out.
me on to sell televisions, and I love this man. He's very sweet. He gave me a chance. He taught me everything about selling stuff, and he's just a kind, gentle soul. I love him very much. And I never get to talk to him, and so to see him, I think I posted on LinkedIn earlier today. So to see him go out of his way and make an exceptionally generous donation, I'm geeking out about that. I am thankful for the power of community and friendship and fundraising. I think it's all good. So there. Shout out to my old boss at Canadian Best Buy Future Shop. You rule. Thank you. The end.
Awesome.
It's on my, if anybody wants to donate, it's my pinned post on Blue Sky. Now I've got to raise $2,500. That's the minimum in order to ride. I've done it 9 times before. We're going to do it again. I need your help. So, because I kind of woke up today and realized that that's right around the corner. And normally I'm a little further along by this point. So we gotta get moving. We're gonna have to do a little something there. So there.
Also pinned in the Twitch chat. Just want to throw it out there.
You rule. Thank you so much, ma'am. All right. I'm a little lost. What do we do now?
Housekeeping.
Yeah.
I don't know who that was. Is that Fee now?
Was that real or was it recorded? Because I'm not sure anymore.
None of us know.
Housekeeping.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You
Love
got to
it.
do voice stuff. What the heck? What do we got to do to get you doing voice work?
Housekeeping.
There, see? Like, just perfect.
She is doing that. She has voice stuff,
really
of course.
good.
Yeah, no. I would love to, but not that.
You don't
pretty
want to
great.
be the permanent housekeeping lady?
on this particular like podcast, sure. Anywhere else,
Okay.
no.
All right, got it.
Also, do we have the same
Exclusive
housekeeping
content.
lady with all carpool stuff? I just want to point that out.
No.
It's
No.
not the same one.
No.
Alternate universes. It's been determined.
Got it.
Yep.
So, so in our
She has
universe,
different
we have a
shifts.
separate.
She can't work every day.
That's right.
different shifts.
People
we
work
got
more
Friday
than one day a
housekeeping
week.
lady.
I'm just saying. She can work
She
too.
gets a day off.
Times
man.
are
Come on.
tough, guys. Times are
They're-
tough.
There's like so many days where no podcasts are happening, but it's okay. Go on.
Are there though?
Living her best life, okay?
It's true. Patreon content included. Yeah, you're right. Maybe not.
Yep, there are no days left.
Fully in the chat says no housekeeping in the minivan.
Oh
What
no.
is she gonna do? Hop in the van?
Fee just pictured it. That's why she's broken right now. She just pictured it.
You don't go to get your car detailed? Have the car dealer pop in? Housekeeping.
That's Mitch.
Let me dump
Mitch
out
in a
your
French
ashtray.
maid. In a French maid's.
All right,
whatever
now we made it weird. Cool.
uniform. You're
All right.
welcome.
What do you
They already
mean?
pictured
Awesome.
you with your floaties. I'm out. You go ahead.
All right. Housekeeping. We're super excited. We started our fundraising for Extra Life 2025 already. We gave away some awesome early bird prizes, and maybe we'll do some more leading up to November. Let's just keep the hype going. We all love Extra Life. What else do we got going on here? Oh, the Extra Life link is extra-life.org/participant/carpool gaming. Go there and make your donations. We got some new Patreon supporters over at patreon.com/carpoolgaming. We have Gizmodo16 coming in at the exclusive tier. So I'm sorry, not sorry. Your feed is probably overflowing already. Good
Not
luck.
sorry.
Not sorry. Nope. And welcome in Benny on the free trial. You cannot listen to everything, so you're going to have to sign up when that free trial expires. So
Boop, boop.
some of the
And
content...
when Benny becomes a gold member, we'll sing it like Elton John.
Oh, yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
True.
Yeah.
Mhm.
With the
Every week.
glasses.
Every week.
Oh, we can get some glasses.
We sure
Heck
can.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
What do you think about that, Benny? I don't know. You might hate that,
Yeah.
actually. That might be the worst thing, actually. Whatever
Yeah.
you want.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
Though, just be careful. Sometimes when you tell people here you don't like something, then they do it all the time.
That's
just ask Shaw
true.
about the
That's
weather.
true.
So, some of that recent Patreon content that you can enjoy right now. Garrett's episode of Pants is
So
out
good.
now, and coming Sunday is mine.
About to put on the
Please
pants.
be excited. I put
I
on
am.
the pants this week.
The pants.
We had a bonus episode of the mini indie van out, a Summer Game Fest breakdown by Fulia.
Excellent,
Another,
by the way.
I haven't gotten to it.
Oh,
it's
man.
It's been a
So
rough
good.
week at work, and that's usually when I listen to podcasts. So, like, I have a whole backlog for my plane rides. this week.
Nice. Got to get onto your front log.
Yep. Let's see. We got another Sweet Hangs with Sean and Donnie after Summer Game Fest. And just today, we dropped a special Friday the 13th episode of Real, where Sean, Ryan, and myself reviewed and spoiler casted about Friday the 13th, Part 4, the final chapter.
It rules.
So, yeah, if we're feeling extra stabby today, now you know why.
Listen, I listened to that as well, and I just got to say, it's pretty great. It's pretty
good.
great. That
I was
movie's
there.
pretty fun.
It is. It definitely holds up. If you like that kind of very predictable comedy/horror
100%.
genre.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that
I'm
was
here
great.
for it.
That's all thanks to CPG Days, by the way. This is all your fault. You know, you guys all support us to like this
Yep.
crazy degree. So there you go. You're getting more.
Yep.
We're just getting started.
Yeah.
I think we have like
We've done-
another 43 movies to do.
Yep. It's crazy.
Only gonna
Jesus
get
Christ.
hired.
Yep.
Oh. Another thing we have is awesome merch, and you can find that over at carpoolgaming.com. We still have Summer Game Fest limited time merch. Who knows when Seth or I will take that down, so please be excited. Order now before you miss out. We got the Weather Drive merch and the mini indie van merch, as well as merch for all the shows. So head on over. You can gift merch to Twitch chat anytime we're live over there. So go find the merch you want to gift and say, hey, I want to gift it instead of buying it for myself. Make somebody's day.
It's real easy. It's just like
It is.
buying it, but you don't get it.
Really
Yeah.
easy.
You give them the money and then it goes somewhere else.
Speaking
Correct.
of giving the
Gifting.
money, when you donate to cancer, we clap and we say your name. Thank you so much to Anonymous for
Anonymous.
that $100 donation. That is
Whoa.
crazy, you guys. That is
Thank you.
crazy. Thank you so much. That's amazing. We're over halfway there. Bon Jovi would start singing right about now. We're
Yeah.
over halfway there.
Great song.
Love it.
Shout out. Thank you, guys.
That's it, housekeeping lady. Get out of here.
Good. Great.
Sorry.
I really hope your family knows that that's a podcast bit. You're not just screaming at
Oh,
your
they
own
do.
family
They do.
to
They do.
get out.
They
They'll
do.
just walk out the door.
Everybody
Take the
just
dogs for a walk.
Or they
All
just
the
start
dogs just
screaming back,
leave.
no, F you.
Yeah.
You
leave. Exactly. That's what I'll get back. You'll leave. I'm like, all
Oh my
right.
God, that's awesome.
All right.
That's great. Well, everybody, we're just getting started. We got so much to talk to you about. We got those Edmonton Oilers moving on in the NHL playoffs, but we ain't talking about that just yet because we got to do what you're playing. There's 1,000 games to talk about. I think this may be the vast majority of the show. We'll see you on the other side of it in about 2 hours. We'll see. Who the hell wants to start? Who wants to start? What do you got? Mitch throwing up his hand. What do you got there, Mitch? What are you playing?
I
over
played nothing.
damn.
Saturday I had Addie's birthday party. I didn't play anything. Sunday I played one game of Apex and it had some chaos happen. The only thing I've really played is a little bit of Mario Kart World here and there. You know,
Dude.
had that Switch too. I had to have this pointed out to me. Now don't laugh at me. I forgot the Switch was portable. Now the thing is that I played that Switch 99.9% docked. And then someone brought it to my attention. They're like, hey, you're sitting on the couch. Why don't you play the Switch? I'm like, oh yeah, that's a thing. So I grabbed it and I was just sitting there doing some, unlocking some costumes. Found a cool spot that you can go to near Peach's Castle. That's just 4 things in a row where you can just do that. Also loving all the content that is on Instagram and TikTok and all the stuff of all the Mario Kart stuff I've been seeing, because that game, with all the things they're adding to it, it is now possible to not just be like, oh, I guess I'll do the track. People are doing some crazy things on these courses.
The shortcuts and everything?
The shortcuts, the wall rides, the everything. I'm so impressed, but also that makes me want to play that game way more now, because it's just like Seth kind of said it the other day. It itches that like neon white itch where it's like, okay, what can I
like
do?
Speed running, but with
it
race
is speed
cars.
running. Yeah, exactly.
It's almost like you're racing against the clock.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like that, right? But yeah, like it is seeing that.
Oh my God.
I'm like, man, this is crazy. And again, I'm sure there's a lot that people haven't discovered yet. But that's so far, I've only played Mario Kart World, but it's super fun and I'm glad I have it. And
I see you
can't
pop
wait to
up
play
in
more of
some
it.
shorts out there, Mitch, and it is hilarious. You playing Mario Kart with the Lockleth, and
Oh, that's right,
I don't know
yeah.
if you've seen it. It's pretty great.
I did in fact see it. Yes. It was actually, you know what though? Her other short that she has though, of her doing the red shell over and over. I like that one as well. Good. By the way, shout out to Lockleth. Just go watch all of her stuff. It's incredible. But no, like the Mario Kart stuff makes me want to play that more, because also I just feel there's so many clips and so many funny things that happen. I edited a bunch of stuff this week. Instead of playing games, I was able to at least edit some stuff. And I actually edited Sean, your daughter, who has a vendetta against me for unknown reasons. But yeah, there was a lot of clips of her saying, "I'm going to get you, Mitch." And I'm like, I did nothing to you, child. I have no idea why you hate me so much. I don't know what your father says around you when I'm not there, but she had a vendetta for me. So
Yeah.
You're just a man. That's it.
a man.
She's pretty.
Yeah.
It's a man.
It's a man.
A man. Yeah. No. So like I said, I just been playing Mario Kart here and there, but I got a lot of stuff edited. So I'll say I did that. So
Sweet.
Nice.
There
I
you
like
go.
that.
Man.
All right.
Yep.
Eeny,
I'll-
meeny, miny, fee. What you playing over there?
Guys, so my plan coming into this week was I was going to play so many demos.
Yeah.
Let me spin you a tale, if you will. You wake up in the middle of the woods. It's pitch black. And all of a
What?
sudden, you see people in black cloaks and they kill you because they're
damn.
cultists.
The end.
But then, just
Oh,
wait.
not the
Not only do they kill you, something essentially lurches out of the depths and you start feeling these vines and these roots coming out of your body. And now
Ugh.
you're a like another god who haunts the woods. In the game Roots Devour. Guys, this game is so freaking good, and I only played the demo. I'm obsessed with this game. I played this for like almost 3 hours. I am not finished the demo yet. It is insane. I don't understand. I was flabbergasted. This game is stuck in my brain, and I just played. It was so good. I do want to shout out Seth, because there was a point where I did say, I hope nobody comes in right now when I say, like, bought like corpses. I finally found a corpse, and I got really excited, because the entire preface of the game is you're trying to venture through the woods to find out what's going on, and the only way for you to traverse through the like the woods is by collecting blood. And so you're trying to find like different animals. Guys, I swear this is a really great game. I'm addicted. Fiora is chef's kiss, even though she's kind of weird, and I'm kind of concerned of what she's doing. And now she's disappeared out of my demo, so I don't know what she's doing right now in the middle of the woods. But this game is so good. Kay has been playing it too. She's obsessed. Guys, I can only recommend that you play this yourselves. It is so weird. There's so many different things lurking out in the forest. You're trying to find out what's going on. It is a strategy game where you have to connect this kind of like the roots, and the way that you're finding out the story is by spreading your roots throughout the forest. And when you essentially run out of blood or water, which is your other source resource, you actually go back to this realm where you have a talent tree where you can get different bonuses and objects and stuff like that. And it is so good. This game, I swear it's really good. I know I play some pretty odd games. I was kind of like, you know what? I'm not going to play this for too long. I played an entire stream of this game, and I'm scaring Sean. It's fine.
I don't know how to hide my face. I don't know how to not react. Like, I don't understand.
I do.
No, it's very much like Loop Hero, where you're trying to find out what has happened. Look like that. Yeah. So it's very much like you have no idea in preface of what's happened outside the game, and you're like, each and every time you get a little bit closer to finding out something, and then sometimes you'll get like right to a specific point. Last night I got to a point where I was actually chasing, it said like, like a woodsman, and then he was like running, like the car kept on moving away from me, and so I kept on having to move deeper and deeper into the woods. And then all of a sudden I found like essentially a brick wall, and then I found out that I can only get to that point after I do specific quests to be able to get to that particular, like to be able to get that skill to remove the barrier for me to actually find out what he's doing. It's really great. And there is some RNG to it. There's a little bit of like, you find a specific, like the entire map's going to be about the same, except for specific events. There are essentially like summoning portals that you can use as like starting points the next time. So there is like a roguelite element to it as well. And it's just, you find out more and more. And then when you unlock a new area, there's like this really like dark and eerie like voice that comes out, and they tell you about like that specific location. Guys, I don't know what it is. This entire thing is so long. The demo, I don't understand. I've played 3 hours. I'm still not finished the demo. There's like no like specific area that says like this unlocks outside of the demo, except for like one particular like bonus and benefit that you get. So holy moly, this game.
When Sean had the trailer up, it looked, the cards themselves reminded me a bit of Inscription.
Yes.
Does have some similar vibes there.
Yes, very much that. It's very much like lost in like kind of like, of course in that game you're locked in a cabin. This does also have a cabin in it. One of the cards or locations that you find is the cabin in the woods, which is what I found last night. But yeah, there's like different other elder gods that you meet, at least the one I met, which is Fiora, who's essentially the storekeeper, and her entire preface is like, I don't know what I should be saying here. Like, should I be like, I've heard in other like realms that people say like, what are you buying? But whatever. Like essentially she's very nonchalantly like, she like does some references to other games, which is really cool. And then I found a companion last night. So yeah, it was really cool game. It was surprising that I got so many hours into it. It just says right now that the release date is 2025. So whenever it does come out, I'm going to be playing this game pretty consistently. I was a huge fan of Loop Hero. I like the essence of like just like the dark, eerie kind of side, but at the same time, there's like obviously a lot of lore there because there's even times where we found like other cultists and then they like leak like specific information. And then, of course, you have to devour them to be able to continue the story. But it's like more and more you search in the woods, the more you find out about it. So great start for that demo.
Shout out. Devour is a great word too.
Devour is a phenomenal word.
A lot of good words. You had lurch in there. That was a pretty good word at the start there. I like that a lot. Lurching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very creepy. I thought there was going to be jump scares. No jump scares.
No jump scares.
No. It's just a really eerie game. And yes, did I cheer about blood and a bunch of other stuff? Absolutely I did. Which is when Seth joined in. And then I was just like, well, this is the first, like, this is going to be the last time Seth joins one of my streams is I'm cheering for blood and the search for
I feel like it's kind of expected.
limbs.
I was gonna say, I'm used to it now. I'm numb to it. That's fine.
Okay. As long as you guys are used to it at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I played that. I also played some Zenless on cloud gaming, guys. I decided that Zenless Zone Zero came to Game Pass and cloud gaming, so I played it that way, and it ran really well. I was playing it on my TV. I probably played about an hour or two this week, and that's probably going to be the main way I play it now, because I have been spending a lot of time playing on my sofa because it is cooler in my living room, so it's just really good time. I didn't run into any glitches or anything like that, and it is a pretty graphic intensive game in some cases because there is like fighting elements to it. It's not just turn-based like other games. So there's a lot going on there. There's a lot of like different abilities and AoEs and all this other stuff. So I was really impressed. So if you're playing Zenless Zone Zero, would recommend. And you can connect your account, so I didn't have to start from zero. No pun intended. I was able to link my Hoyoverse account with my Xbox account. So now whenever I log in, I just have access, whether I'm doing that or if they allow it with other games as well. So would recommend. Zenless is a really good free-to-play game if you haven't checked it out already. There's a bunch of really cool characters, including a panda bear, and who's one of the newest characters, and a grizzly bear, who's really chill. Deadly.
You gotta pick a grizzly over a panda bear. Let's be honest. You do some real damage.
As a companion,
in what context?
Or the fighting partner?
Any context. What do you mean?
To fight with me to the death, or like
no, like
to
control,
fight alongside me? Oh,
to be like on your side. Yeah.
You also
not
have
as an opponent.
massive...
Absolutely not. No. Unless you also have a grizzly bear on your side, then it's grizzly on grizzly. Get some grizzly action.
That's how that works. Yeah.
His weapon's like a pillar, like an actual like mace pillar that he just smashes around people.
That rules.
Of course it is, because of course it would have to be that. So really fun game, would recommend. And there's also really cute like robots. I have like a little butler robot. It looks like a little bunny rabbit. It's really cute. Would recommend. So yeah, played Zenless. And I also played a few other demos. I will save one of the ones from probably for when Bowser starts talking about some of the demos, because I know there's one that I will admit I have thoughts, but I know that Bowser's probably going to talk about it. So it might be on the thumbnail. So yeah, I played.
Mitch hates it here.
It's fine. He's okay. And yeah, so I played those in particular. I also played the new season of Fortnite. Tried that out. Superheroes, everybody.
Any good? Okay, I was really worried about all that Superman stuff being super OP because it looks like if I start shooting you and you just take off flying, I'm not gonna be thrilled with that. So
there's no real flying right now. There's like
is there? Okay.
There's essentially like these like gauntlets that you can get where you can like punch the ground and then you can fly backwards a little bit, but that's not really a benefit. You're flying backwards, my friend. Okay. But there's ammo's back. So it's kind of like jarring going after a season where there was no ammo to there's all the ammo now. So that was a whole thing. There's also these lenses where you can see through like different areas and be able to unlock like the ability to see where different chests are. And then there's the ranking system that you start at C and then you go up to S rank, I think, depending on how many people you kill, which, by the way, fun fact, if you do damage to yourself, you can rank up.
Okay. I
found that out by using this bone that summons Cosmo the dog, and I threw the bone down on my feet, and then he just smashed into the ground, and I took damage, and it was like, you're now B rank, and I'm like,
Classic.
okay, cool, that makes no sense. Shouldn't be getting bonuses and benefits for hurting myself, but here we are. But yeah, that was my extent on Fortnite and some of the demos. I did play a few other demos that I kind of just hop, skipped, and jumped through. I wasn't too impressed with, which is unfortunate to say the least. But I did play Fish and Chill, which is another demo, and it's all about fishing. Oh, Cast and Chill, my apologies. That's coming out on the 16th. That game's great. I love it. It's a side-scrolling. You can put it into idle, like just have it play on your screen, and you have a little dog companion. So I just have been doing that. So every so often, if I need to have something on my other screen, especially when I went back to work this week, I just put that on. So there's just like a really pretty like autumn forest scene and these like beautiful pixel art. And it's just like you go around and you just fish. Now, of course, right now I'm just playing the demo. So I think I've already hit everything you can do in the demo. But it is just really nice to have like really calm music. You hear like the water hitting your boat and stuff like that. And then you just get to go zooming around. So yeah, 10 out of 10. Would recommend. We'll be getting it on the 16th when it comes out. Yeah,
Very nice.
I think that's everything I've played, guys.
Pretty great.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. A whole range from gore to superheroes to calm fishing.
What else is there?
What else is there, Sean?
Well, maybe Bowser could tell us. What else is there,
Bowser? Tell us.
There are other games. I know everyone is shocked to hear that. Thanks to Xbox Canada, I got a little game on the Xbox. And I'm not sure quite how I feel about it yet. I still need to put some time into it.
Oh.
The game is called Solitaire Dreamscapes. And you're like, well, what does that mean? Well, I didn't know what it meant either. That's why I took the code and popped it in my Xbox and said, let's check this out. Here, if you play like the main campaign of this game, as you go through and like do all these challenges, so it kind of be like your daily challenges in the Microsoft Solitaire collection, you collect your rewards and then you slowly build a castle. And then you're I'm getting the steps to it, or I'm getting the left wall or the right wall or whatever, and you're building like a scene with your castle. So I guess you just get to keep going and building more castles, because like the main home screen, you can change your castle. You can also just go in and like play the normal games. Like if you want to just, I'm gonna play Spider Solitaire today, you can go ahead and do that. It does have what's it called, Yukon, which I forgot how to play, and I had to look at the instructions on how to do it.
No idea what that is.
That one I had no idea.
It's a territory.
Oh, that's true.
It is a territory.
Yes.
No, it's
Fee really liked that one. She's proud of that one.
Yeah. It's kind of like a spider or a free cell, and where you're like, you got to stack up the cards, but you can move any stack of cards as long as the top one you're moving belongs where you're moving it to. So it doesn't matter what's below it. Like they could be all out of order and not the right suit and whatnot. You can take that whole stack and move it somewhere else.
Got it.
I like that. But yeah, I'm building castles. It's, I don't know, maybe Solitaire in general is a little bit more challenging to play on a controller, because you're moving the cursor around to pick.
Definitely,
especially when you're like moving a stack of cards where you only have just the sliver at top to grab the one that you want to move. So that's a challenge there. And the like auto play, like if you want to like auto move cards, it goes willy-nilly. The Microsoft Solitaire Collection knows that, like, if you still have a 2 outstanding somewhere, it won't, like, autoplay all the 3s. This one didn't. It was like, oh, I'll play all the way up to King if you got it, you know? So I had to turn
But
that
then
off.
doesn't that kind of screw you up, though, if you're trying to, like, build out of
because you
something
can't
else?
pull
Yeah.
things back
Mhm.
out once you've played
Right.
them. So, yeah, I had to turn that off. But in general, like, it's pretty. I got, like, butterflies floating all around my screen. There's some variety to the games that you get to play and what the challenges are. There's things like there'll be a lock card, and you can't play that card until you find the key card in another stack. So, some interesting twists like that. But not a bad game for the solitaire lovers out there.
Nice.
What else did I play? I played a little bit of Split Fiction
Oh,
with the Locklith. We've been talking about playing this for a while, and we did a nice session here not long ago. It might have been over a week ago. We didn't talk about what we played last week, so I
That's
don't know when
true.
this happened. It's just on my list. But yeah, that's such a good game. And, like, I know I raved about it when it first came out and I played through it, but then it kind of, like, you know, falls off your radar as you get farther away from it. But, like, as soon as we loaded up and started playing again, it's like, God, that game is good. Man, everybody needs to play it.
Yeah, that game is real good.
Yeah.
Super fun.
What else do we got? Spray Paint Simulator. You know I was in that game. They put out an update. They fixed some Chivos, but there's still one that is really annoying for me to get at this point. There's a level where you have to spray paint an entire bridge. So you're, like, climbing on top of the bridge. You got a cherry picker you can move around. You're spraying all the beams. You're going down under the bridge and spraying. That's all fine and dandy, but when I played through it and finished the level, like, got my 100%, it didn't pop because there was a bug.
I hate it.
Now they fixed that, but
I
the
like
only way I can get it now is if I replay the level.
I hate it.
The problem is it doesn't save my progress on a replay. So I would have to sit down and do the entire level in one sitting.
This
It's
should be a
probably
crime.
4
This is a
hours.
criminal offense.
Yeah, if I have, like, all of the things unlocked, you know I did it.
Yeah.
Why can't it, like,
Lock
retroactively
'em up.
pop?
Find
lock 'em
roll
up.
the credits. Find who did this.
I'm gonna
Lock them up.
I'm
A
gonna
crime.
Said
write
a criminal
strongly
offense.
worded
It is.
skeet.
Put a
Ryan
man
would
in
agree.
jail and let him not provide for his family because, God forbid, he
Yeah,
messed up
that
something.
thing needs to auto pop. So
Should have
I'm
thought of
done
that
with it for
before.
now.
Exactly. What is Bowser supposed to do? What a victim Bowser is.
I know.
Where are the reparations?
yeah.
Mitch?
There's an
Yeah.
achievement. I did the thing. I didn't get the achievement.
Yep.
Uncle
Somebody
Phil,
deserves a
you
rot
need to
behind
fix it.
bars and have his freedom taken
All right.
away for that.
Yep.
You're right.
No more
Fix
games.
it.
No
Fix
more
it.
games from them until they fix this.
That's right. Well,
I'll
I
stand
don't
by. I'm
need,
gonna stand up for my friend. I'm just gonna stand by and let this happen to Bowser.
I don't need Spray Paint Simulator anymore. You know why?
Damn.
Because there's a demo out for the Leaf Blower Co.
Damn right. Yeah.
And let me tell you something. There's more than leaf blowing in this game.
Whoa. What else? What other kind of blowing is there in this game?
Well, there's leaf sucking.
Oh. No, there isn't. Is there really?
Yes, there is.
Sucking and
Wow.
blowing? No way.
You got suck and blow.
Oh man,
And-
another Spaceballs
and-
reference today.
They gave me a flamethrower so I could burn weeds.
You just burn it all.
Just
Yeah.
burn everything.
Just
We're
clip that.
we're
Look how
sucking
happy
and
she
blowing
is.
and burning
Fee
weed.
looked horrified at fire on the ground. She looks like just terrified.
Yeah, just a little grass
I mean,
fire.
as I get weather alerts all week that the skies may be hazy due to Canadian wildfire smoke,
Yeah,
not
it's
at
been
all
bad.
related.
Yeah,
been
it's
real
not,
bad.
not great up here. We're having a thunderstorm right now for the weather enthusiasts out there. So hopefully my power sticks out
True.
with this.
Yep.
We got electrical storms going on over here.
Yep.
I wish I liked this demo, Bowser. I'm so sorry.
Oh no.
I tried to play this. The leaf, like the mechanics of the leaves, just like they weren't moving well. They were a little bit like blocky, or like they just didn't move correctly. And so like I ended up like having to like full on just like point a leaf blower down as it was stuck between a bush and like the like cement like
You
kind of,
needed
like,
the
step.
sucker.
Well, I didn't have it round 1, so I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. And then I was just like, this is not worth me getting sick over.
Did you not have a rake?
I don't know. I didn't try.
You might check, see if you had the rake already.
It shouldn't be that difficult with the blower. I should be able to
This is like most real life simulator I've played to date.
I was gonna say sometimes
Like,
I
leaves
have
are
used,
jerks,
yeah,
right?
sometimes
Like-
they are, man. Sometimes they get stuck on that side, and you're like, hey,
For one leaf,
I'm
do you know what I
an
would
inch
do?
from it, won't move.
If there was one leaf on the ground, guys, I would legitimately pick up the leaf and move it a little bit away. I don't know what else to tell you. That seems ridiculous. I'm not pulling out a whole other piece of machinery to get one leaf out of a corner. This is insane.
But can you use your hands in this game? Is the question.
No.
Okay,
you
then.
can't, because
No
it's
hands.
Should that
it's a
guy go to
simulator
jail
game.
too?
No hands
Yes.
with never mind.
Stop.
Nope.
You can't complain about the Nintendo Drive and start saying that shit, okay?
I've
Stop.
been filtering the whole time.
I-
Sometimes it's just gonna slip. Sometimes it's just gonna
I
slip.
just want to say I was not a fan of the leaves, and for that reason, I stopped playing. I wanted to play it because I'm like, you know what? I know Bowser's gonna play this. I want to try it so I can talk about it on the Xbox Drive. And then I was just like, I am already getting nauseous and I'm not having fun, so I stopped. Mind you, do I like the idea of having a leaf blower? Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
I'm surrounded by trees, guys.
I'll tell you what, I've been doing no leaf blowing. Once I got the leaf sucker, the leaf blowing went away.
Well, the leaf sucker makes more sense because leaf
Yep.
blowers, you're just pushing leaves all around the place. Whereas
Yeah, and
the
they are
sucker
just like, it's like real life. You
Yes.
blow and like, I want you to go straight ahead where I had the leaf blower pointed, and they're like, well, I'm going to go over
There's no
here and
reason
fall
for a
behind
leaf
you.
blower.
There's no invisible walls, Bowser. they just go everywhere.
Actually, there is, because I had a leaf get stuck up on an invisible ceiling.
That guy.
And
needs
there
to go
is
to
a
jail,
feature
too.
in the demo that says leaf stuck. So,
Oh no.
I could have just clicked on leaf stuck.
If she knew about that button, her review would have went instantly higher. She's like, leaf stuck.
Instantly 10 out of 10.
all right, try it again and try leaf stuck. See if it
Okay.
fixes your problem.
She
I
said
will-
leaf gets stuck, too much water, 7 out of 10. That's what she just said. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, not enough chaos.
Not enough chaos.
Exactly.
Well, I'm having
Exactly.
fun. And I'm
You know
what?
excited for this game.
I knew you were going to have fun playing this game. And I'm like, you know what? It doesn't matter what I think about it. This is a Bowser game through and through. It makes sense. Mind you, if I had known there was a flamethrower, I would have stuck around a little bit longer. I would have
See?
burned it down.
There should have been an ad for
What?
like, you would have burned down the leaf. You would have been like, this leaf.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, not just the leaf, Mitch.
She's burning down houses and stuff.
Yeah, say,
Look out.
Yeah, what else are you burning? What do you
She's
mean?
like, could I commit arson, please?
I
Thank
forgot.
you.
I forgot the best part. At the end of I think it's the last level you get in the demo. I was playing it right before we did the podcast. One of the areas you have to clean, you got to go out in the street, and there's a truck sitting there, and there's like 100 cardboard boxes laying on the ground, and you got to blow all of the boxes back into the truck. It's like the Amazon truck tipped over and dumped its entire load of packages right on the street, and you got
Why
to
can't I
fix it
burn
up.
them?
No hands.
Well, I mean,
Entire
we could
load of
try it.
packages of what? Packing peanuts? How can you just blow a bunch of boxes back
Listen,
onto a
Mitch,
truck?
have you seen how they package stuff for Amazon? Yeah. It probably is like one Post-it note packet in a box this big.
It's true.
So
That's
you
very
could
fair.
blow
Very
it.
fair point. You're right.
Just saying. I
Yeah.
think that's most of what I played. I played just a very little bit of The Altars.
Oh, I got it. I didn't think I don't think I knew what this game was until within the previous 96 hours, I think. This is
True.
I don't remember. I feel like I've seen this logo before, but I might have been confusing it with the finals for some reason. I'm
Yeah.
just a simpleton when it comes to this kind of thing. But it's like a space, like an emotional space adventure narrative kind of thing.
Yeah,
Is that
survival
this game? Oh, it's survival? Oh no.
Yeah, you got to
Oh.
go out and gather resources.
I
and
can't survive. In space? What kind of resources are you getting in space?
I found metal and
Oh,
organic
good. It's a
material.
good start.
Oh.
Okay, all right. Signs of life.
Yep. But I think the premise is you're going to essentially clone yourself with different abilities.
Oh,
They'll
I
be
need to
your
do that.
alters, right?
Oh, okay. I get it. Nice. Oh,
But I
nice
didn't get to
pitch.
that point yet.
Oh,
I
you're still
haven't
just
made
you.
it to like building the thing where I can clone stuff. So
Right, because this is Game Pass, you said?
yeah,
Launched
just
into
hit
Game Pass day one.
today. Yep.
Pretty good.
I'll tell you
It's getting
what,
a
the
lot of good
opening,
reviews.
yeah, it's really getting high reviews. So if that type of game interests you at all, I would encourage you to check it out. I'll tell you what, the opening area, like the environment itself, kind of gave me Death Stranding vibes. It's just like dark. The rocks are almost like hexagonal, tall hexagonal rocks sticking up
Prisms?
everywhere. Yeah,
Mm.
like it just reminds me of some of the areas in Death Stranding.
Okay.
So
Just
Currently
no
right
Monster
now
energy
on-
drinks.
Exactly. Currently, right now on Metacritic, sitting at an 84.
not
Pretty good.
bad at all.
Yeah, yeah. I only thing I remember from it is I remember the giant wheel that had all the buildings, like the little things you
Yeah.
could build within the wheel.
Yeah.
That was the only thing I remember
That's
seeing,
like,
like on the
your
trailer.
base, and you're like adding pieces inside that wheel. Like I had to
Right.
build a workshop and figure
That
out
reminds me
where to
very
place
much
it.
of like Fallout 76 style, where you're like building things on top of each other to like make a little structure. But yeah,
Yep.
or not 76. What was that game? Shelter. Fallout Shelter. That's what it was.
Oh, okay. I'm like, you
mobile
do that
game.
in
Yeah.
76 too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's it for the things that I've been playing. Sean, please tell me what you've been playing.
It's interesting because thank you for asking, Bowser. I loved hearing about all the games that you're playing. It's interesting because as I sat down to do the podcast, I'm like, I don't feel like I haven't played anything. I'm like, oh, I guess I just played this one. And I also played this one, I guess. And as it turns out, I played a lot, you guys. So buckle up, Fee. What are you giggling about over there? Sometimes I forget.
No, it was just like, oh, I didn't play anything, but I played these 150 games. Let me just tell you about it.
Well, I forgot I had a couple days off, actually. I was off work last week for Summer Game Fest and Switch 2 launch. Of course, I played a little bit of that there. Mario Kart World. I actually picked up another dock, so I can move. Because I, unlike some others, remember vividly that the Switch 2 is portable and it can move from one
True.
place to another. So, in case
arguably,
anybody out
my-
there needs reminding.
My Xbox and PlayStation are also portable.
I did.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
needed to
she
be
takes
reminded.
hers everywhere
look at
she
her.
goes. Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
So yeah, just fiddling a bit with the Switch 2. Nothing really too crazy over there. The same stuff as everybody else, I would say. I would like to start with demos, if that's all right with you guys. I played a
Absolutely.
bunch of demos, and I'm trying to be judicious with my time. And I was actually wondering, I feel like I'm the exact opposite approach as Fee, who finds a demo that you like, and like kudos to you, where you're trying to like push it to the limit. You're going like, there's no end to this thing, so I'll keep consuming this demo. I kind of just like, I'm doing a very traditional approach with the demos, I think, which is just get a sense of if I like it or not. And if I like it, it stays in the wish list. And if I dislike it, I delete it forever. I take the flamethrower to it, delete it off the wish list, and I make fun of it publicly. I actually haven't
love
done
it.
that at all. But
Oh.
really, what I'm trying to say is that it just comes off the wish list, and I mostly do
See,
that quietly.
Sean, that was my plan. I have a wheel. I have a demo wheel I made.
As you should, yes.
Yes, of course,
Yep.
as I should.
That's what
The
I
wheel-
did. I had a wheel.
Exactly. And that was my plan. I was going to play multiples, but then I just ended up playing
Got hooked.
I got hooked, guys.
I get it.
happened.
Shout out to good meaty demos though. Like they don't
Yeah.
have to do it that hard, you know? They can just give you a
No.
little taste, but they're like, here's the whole meal. 7 courses, in fact, actually. I like
Facts.
that. Damn. Okay, well, so yeah, I played a bunch, and I don't need to talk about each one of them a whole heck of a lot. But I played what I think it was like a early access kind of thing for a game called Underpar Golf Architect, and this came recommended by the Donnie Reese. Him and I have been chatting recently on Sweet Hangs, which is available on patreon.com/carpoolgaming as an exclusive game. Exclusive. And this game, Underpar Golf Architect, you build a golf course, and it's kind of like a tycoon type of experience. You build your own park, you build your own golf course, and the mayor comes in and is like, you better make me a damn good golf course. And if you do, then he's your best friend and he brings all his friends and you start to make some money and you make better courses and you get better designs. And it's kind of, I can see the addiction, the appeal kind of thing. So that one is pretty neat. I let that one stay, Mitch. The next demo that I tried is Bowser's favorite of the bunch. It's called the Trolley Solution. This one showed up the Wholesome Direct, I think, or one of the, I don't know, the one of 5,000 showcases that we watched last weekend. The Trolley Solution, Bowser, you did not like this one. This one starts out with that classic sort of thought exercise of there's 5 people on one side of the tracks and there's one person on the other side of the tracks. It's going to hit 5 of them. Do you change the direction of the train so that it saves the 5 people, but it will kill the one person kind of deal? And I don't know about you guys, but it's like, well, yeah, like save the one person or save the 5 people, you know? But then this game starts to take a turn and I don't, it's not quite Doki Doki Literature Club, but it's kind of Doki Doki Literature Club in the turn that it takes and the style of game that this is. Because it starts out as that, just pure gameplay. You're just flipping a switch and the train goes to the other track. And then it throws some math problems at you for a little bit. And you're like, okay, I kind of like where this is going. And then it thrusts you into a story, into a like a visual novel type of deal. And you got your friend, and then you get to school, and you've got some sort of arch nemesis kind of situation happening. And I won't go any further than that, because if that sounds interesting at all, and I found it interesting, I thought this demo was really cool. But I'm glad that Bowser's here, because you were, I think I was streaming this. You did not like this at all. It was very, I don't know, what's the word? Like, it was very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I didn't like this at all. And I think it's because, like, the trolley part was fine, right? Like,
Yeah.
I understand that. Like, that's a whole thing.
Yep.
That was fine, even if you were killing cats. I don't know what you were doing over there.
I wasn't trying to look. That was one where I put like the cats under like the mugs and it flipped them around. You had to try to make sure you remember where they were. You know, kind of like the ball under the cup, Mitch. You know, you flip them around. You know,
I saw some of your stream. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But when it changed into like a completely different game, I wasn't here for it. Like, that's not what I signed up.
Well, I think there's like a moral at the end of that story. And that's why I was like, oh, snap. Like, I changed my answer, you know, the whole, I don't know if it's spoilers or not, but like I don't know about you guys, like there's the dilemma for this whole train track thing is the train is already on the track. Like, it's already going, it's barreling towards these 5 people. If you don't touch it, it will kill the 5 people, but you can intervene. You can physically intervene. And if you do, you will save the 5 people. But by doing so, inherently, you will kill that other person. That's the dilemma. So for me, I thought I would still take that burden of killing that one person rather than allowing the 5 people to die. The story mode that it gets you into, and I didn't even realize it until it was done, it flipped me. It flipped me, and I killed 5 people to save the one person.
So you learned a backstory of, well, that one person, that's what it was.
That's right.
You like learn that one person went through some struggles, and you're like, well, now I can't.
Oh, like, well, person. And I might have, you know. So I think it was pretty interesting, and who knows where else it goes? Because I kind of decided at that point I like it.
I like that stuff. Like, one of the, like, at least for myself, when it comes to the trolley problem itself, like one of the best representations of that is a show called The Good Place, where there's an entire like half season where they talk about this trolley problem. Which, shout out to that show. That's literally
is that like Kristen Bell? Is that the one?
It is. It is absolutely. It's like a masterpiece of a television show. But it's like, I love that idea that like it's like there's different layers to a specific game. That's why I liked Inception so much. I'm not going to go into how that correlates, but it's just, there's like stuff like that is very interesting. And so I think for myself, I'm definitely going to go check it out. It's on my, I think I've downloaded it. It's definitely on my radar.
I would love to know what you think about it.
You've sold it. Like, I was already like there for me, but now I'm like, I need to play this like ASAP kind of thing.
I would just say, and I think I probably alluded to this, but I'd be a little bit even more specific about it. Mm-hmm. It's pretty intense. Like, the scenario it's putting you in, like, it like I said, it's very, element. It's like academic almost, like as far as the beginning of it. And then when it thrusts you into this scenario, this story mode, I'd say it gets pretty heavy, you know. So just watch out for that.
We have different ideas of fun in video games. That's all.
It's
That's all. I mean,
Makes
you want to
us
have
kills
moral
everyone.
dilemmas playing video games, and I just want to.
Hey man, it also had math problems too. We were doing algebra up in here.
I guess,
It was-
man. All right.
Yep, it was good.
Whatever
was
makes you
fine.
happy, Sean.
Anyway, I said I was going to talk too much about the demos, but this one has my
love it.
attention. And so
Yes.
shout out to that one. Pretty good. Very quickly, I played a beta of Rematch. I don't know if you guys saw this one. It wasn't on any of the recent showcases as far as I could tell, but this is basically Rocket League if it was just soccer. So it's basically just 3-on-3 soccer.
Buzz and them have been playing it, and they love it.
Yeah, I'm
They
hearing
love
people
They're
are
saying
really
it's
enjoying
so
it.
fun.
Yep. If you just want a very simple FIFA or EA Sports FC, whatever, just very simple, but multiplayer. I still want to go back and play more. Thought it was pretty cool, and I can't wait to check it out more. One Move Away was a game from one of the wholesome Latin games. I'm not sure which one, but One Move Away, you're packing. You got all your stuff on the side of the house, and you just got a car. You got to pack the trunk or the boot. I think it said is a UK term. And that was kind of neat. You know, you're spinning and twisting and basically playing 3D Tetris and trying to fit everything into your car to move away. And I guess the premise of that is you're moving throughout like somebody's life, and it goes from like the 70s to the 80s to the 90s. And I thought that was kind of interesting because it changes the car and the items that you're kind of packing away. So that was kind of nice and chill. That was probably the most chill of the ones that I played. I played, let me see, 6 minutes of Mina the Hollower, and that was all I needed to know. And that's it. That game stays. That game stays on the wish list. I can't wait for it. And I have to tell you, I probably should have like led with this. Mina the Hollower did the exact same thing to me in its video, like trailers and stuff, that Shovel Knight did to me. And it was this, and it's not a good thing. It is, I've seen a trillion of these 16-bit or 8-bit or 10-bit, whatever it is. I've seen a million of these old school homage games. I don't need another one. And I thought that big time for Shovel Knight. And I stayed away from Shovel Knight for a long time. I'm like, there's no way. And then I just played it, and it's one of my favorite games of all time, of course. And so Mina the Hollower, I would say, as far as like its art style, it's even less appealing. Right? Like, is that just me? Like, you look at it, it's like, this is kind of an ugly, grungy, it's not like bright, beautiful colors, you know, it's NES style gameplay.
Yeah.
Or
I think I
looking
even made a
anyway.
joke about that while we watched the showcase.
Yeah. Why do we need more of that? But I was
Yeah.
wrong. And I think there may be other reason I say that. I'm a little, vulnerable admitting that because it's a beloved game. A lot of people are excited about it, but that was my opinion of it. And I was wrong. That game is way better than you guys think it's going to be. So, yeah, and for the 6 minutes that I played it. That one stays. I did not delete Mina the Hollower, surprising nobody. Played a little game called Formula Legends. This is a cute little Formula One racing game. I'm not so sure. This one is neither staying nor going. It's probably not going to be a purchase, though. This was okay. You're just racing a cute little F1 car. You change the tires, that kind of stuff. And it goes vroom, vroom. That's all right. Second last demo I played was a game called Dream Core. This is a first-person kind of wander around a spooky pool feed.
Nope.
Did you see this one?
Nope. I'm not for it. I'm like, the only reason why is I don't like the back rooms, and it is based off of the back rooms, and I'm not a huge fan of the back. It's the idea that you go into a place and you cannot get out because even if you go through the same door, you're still somewhere in the same place. It just makes me feel on edge. I think it looks phenomenal. It looks
Yep.
beautiful.
Very pretty.
It looks
Yep.
like high depth, like insane.
Yeah, photo real.
graphics. Photo real, but that terrifies me. Mostly because as a child, I ended up reading some of that stuff, and I'm like, that is just a nightmare scenario for me, Sean.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so
Yeah, because it seems like, I don't know, if at least to me, it seemed like there was going to be some sort of jump scare. Like, you're all by yourself.
That's
And
the
at least the
reason,
level
yeah.
that the demo was, it's very echoey. It's all hard surfaces, and so you hear all the sounds just echo throughout. Every time you run or you stomp around, that's all you're hearing. And you're just thinking something's going to like jump out at you. And it really doesn't. And so once I found out that there wasn't going to be any jump scares, what you were describing wasn't resonating with me. Like, I didn't Like I lost the fear. And so all that was left for me was I was walking around slowly, nothing really happening. And that was, it kind of lost me at that point.
Well, I think that's kind of the preface of it is slow moving. It's supposed to make you feel on edge because you're constantly thinking something's going to happen. And of course, in the situation for you, because you weren't scared after that point because there was nothing happening, maybe at the very end, who knows? But
I don't think
it's
so.
a type of horror where it's like it's supposed to build up that like uneasiness. And even though there wasn't a huge jump scare or like blood coming out of the walls or something like that, it's one of those things where it's like it's slow moving. It's supposed to make you feel uneasy, like nerved, because that's why the whole like the lighting and stuff like that in the game's supposed to be that way too, because it's, once again, the back rooms. But yeah, sometimes it's the fear of the unknown or what doesn't exist there, because then your brain starts playing like tricks on you to think like, oh, something could be like something could come out of this like corner, or something could be coming out of the ceiling or something like that. So it's just yeah, your mind starts playing tricks on you, guys.
Well, my mind tricked me into deleting that demo, and I don't think I need it on my wish list anymore.
Valid.
So, yeah.
Didn't trick you there.
Now, the game that I did not delete, I cannot wait for this to come out, was the sole game featured at the Devolver Digital. It's called Ball X Pit. Fee, this game, this is a Sean game.
I forgot I played this game. It's so good, Sean.
So good. Yes.
Tell us about it, because I have thoughts. Go for it.
Oh, snap. Well, I'll do my best to try to, describe it. It's kind of like a brick breaker game. You got this character but it's also kind of like a tower defense, in that you just have endless hordes of enemies coming down at you, but you can move around, you can shoot, you can aim your ball, and you usually have like 6 or 7 shots. As you go along, you're picking up different abilities, each almost kind of like Vampire Survivors, Bowser. I was actually thinking of you with this one. It's kind of like Vampire Survivors, but also kind of like a brick breaker game. And you get all these different abilities like Vampire Survivors, and sometimes your ball is explosive, or it shoots a line up and down and takes more of like an area of effect kind of thing, AoE kind of attack. Sometimes it freezes people, sometimes it sets up a blaze, all these different kind of abilities. And yeah, you're just kind of going in a brick breaker kind of deal. This is actually, thank you for bringing up the trailer here. It says a brick breaking. I'm dancing around the word roguelite because that really does throw some people off. Don't worry about it, guys. It's just throwing a bunch of random power-ups at you, and you're trying to get as far through this as possible. And then when you're done, you go back to your base and you harvest some goods, some grass and some wood and stuff, and this is going to help you upgrade later. It's got a great gameplay loop. It feels great to play, very satisfying when you start to, like a brick breaker, you kind of pick a hole in the block of enemies, and then you keep shooting more hole balls into the hole, Mitch, and it just bounces around and rebounds and does a whole bunch more damage like that, and that is very satisfying. So I approve of this demo. Fee, I can't wait for this one to come out. I thought it was great.
Oh my goodness. It is like, I would love to say it's like a mix between like Vampire Survivors and Loop Hero. Because there is like a base building in Loop Hero where you do have to think of like, okay, I'm going to be building out my town. How should I be placing it? And I love the aspect, like the harvest, you actually have to think about like where you place that. So then you can move your characters to go a specific way around to be able to harvest everything. And I think that's like an element where I kind of wish that Vampire Survivors had like maybe like a base building or something like that, because you do see that in Loop Hero. But then with like Vampire Survivors, it does get overwhelming. That game is like, once you get to the very end, at least for myself, I got to this like huge skeleton king on the first like round, and it was like crawling towards you, and you're like, wait, whoa, and you're trying to throw everything at it, and then thinking of like the different like balls and trying to combine them with each other.
Yep.
Like I had a really cool one. It was like a fire blast mixed with like it goes through everything, and so it was causing like huge round of effects. And sometimes it's a detriment. Like I had a specific point where all my balls ended up at the back of the freaking lane, and so they couldn't get through, and I'm like, wait a second, I'm about to die because all these monsters are coming at me right now, and I don't have any way to kill anything because everything's in the back now. So again, this is a day one, 100% for me. Yep. I love this game so much. Like, shout out Devolver. Like, honestly, that entire like section it makes so much sense that they highlighted this game. I'm so happy they highlighted a game like this. I would like to say it's kind of like a roguelike. There are elements of like you build up, but you don't end up like getting any sort of like massive benefits. Of course, there's like it seems like different houses and stuff like that you get that gives you bonuses. But yeah, it's also really cool. I like the fact that you can have your different heroes staying at your like homestead. So you get to see all of them mingling and moving around and stuff like that. I thought it was really cute. But yeah, it's so smart. I love this game. I cannot wait to play this. I think
Nice.
this would be really good on consoles as well. I think it's really console friendly. So shout out to Devolver. This is 100% day one for me.
Hell
As
yeah.
you were showing it, it actually reminds me a bit of another Devolver published game, and that is Cult of the Lamb, where they took
Ooh.
Yes.
the base building and smacked it in with
Yes.
something else, and now
Yes.
you've got a different genre smacked with base building stuff. So I am intrigued.
That's actually a really good way to describe it because like both sides of Cult of the Lamb are very satisfying. I think like it is really
Yeah.
fun to just kind of take care of your cult and do all those things over there, and then you jump over into combat mode and you take care of a level or two or whatever. Like that's that's kind of what this is for sure. Nice.
So good.
Yeah, I can't wait for this one. This one was, and you got way deeper into it, Fee, because again, like I was just kind of like, do I like it? Do I not like it? And it's such a Sean game. It's not even funny. Very gameplay heavy. Yeah, very satisfying. Very nice. All right. I've been talking for far too long, so I'll be really quickly to say I was going to play the demo, the Foundry demo for Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4. And while I was at it, I'm like, why don't I just play the full game of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, Mitch? And I started playing that one, and the old muscle memory kicked in. As in, I gotta get the first thing I do at this level, it's gotta be good, and if it's not good, restart.
Yep.
Restart, you know it,
right
man.
there.
You
Yeah,
know
I already
it.
know that.
Now, I didn't realize that when I bought this game back in the day when it came out, I just bought the Xbox One version of it. There's an enhanced like bullshit that Activision does every once in a while where you do like the $10 cross-gen bundle, like so you get the X and S version. They did that with this game.
Did
They got me with it because I wanted the thing to load faster. Because when I reload all the time, I want that sucker to be fast. And as it turns out, the X and S version is smaller. And it does load maybe a second and a half faster, but I noticed it, Fee.
Yeah, hi. I just wanted to say, isn't this how you play Neon White? Because I've sat and watched you play Neon White for hours.
100%.
On. And there's points where like you will get literally 2 seconds in, if not less, and you're like, nope, restart. Nope.
Yep.
Same thing with Trials. Same thing with Trials.
It's very
Yes.
much like Trials.
It's like,
Yes.
oh, I messed this jump up. Nope.
Nope.
This isn't the
Restart
one.
the whole thing. Run's
Yep.
ruined.
Yep, 100%.
Man.
Yeah,
Now this is one. This is one that. How long ago did these original games come out? Like probably 25 years ago. I was playing this on Dreamcast. Long time ago. 20, 25 years.
It was
It's
like
such a-
99, 2000. Yeah.
This is a game that makes me feel very old. The music is old. It's a class, like a lot of music is a classic, and it's a throwback. It's meant to be that. I'm not nearly as good as I was back in the day, and so like forcing my hands to try to do all the things that you're supposed to, like you kind of contort your hands playing these damn games. So that's a bit of a struggle. But I'm having a lot of fun playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. Yes, even though Tony Hawk, as Lachlan mentions in the chat, is only 34. He's looking great. He's looking great.
I've totally forgot that I played that demo. I forgot about that. The demo for 3 and 4. I forgot.
Oh,
'Cause
shout out.
I downloaded that after it got announced. Between that and like the PC show, like when the PC show was playing, we took our break. I remember I downloaded the demo and I played it. And you're absolutely right. It took me all of 10 seconds to remember reverts, manuals, hitting double tapping each button to change everything. Like
That's right.
Those grinds. It took me 10 seconds for it to just like unlock and go, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And I am very much like, I did download the 1 and 2. I forgot they did that X and S thing because when I bought it, I bought the digital or the deluxe version of it that
There you
had the
go.
upgrade with it already.
Yeah.
So I was like, what do you mean by that? I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I remember
They
that.
did. Yes, $10. I paid $10 for the upgrade.
Yeah.
They got me.
And I will say the 3 and 4 demo, I will say so far, it looks gorgeous. It runs really smooth. Also, I appreciate when you mentioned the soundtrack. It has the old soundtrack, but it also has new songs that
Oh,
are
nice.
awesome. Like it has a mix of both. And same thing, like one, I don't remember if 1 and 2 had new skaters at all. I don't remember if they just stuck with the older skaters or not. But like the thing I like about 3 and 4 is also it's bringing in new skaters, like current skaters. So it's like, here's all your old skaters, here's all your old music. By the way, here's new music and new skaters that go along with it. Like they did such a good job with it. And again, thanks Game Pass. I don't have to buy it. Like
Day
that's
one,
awesome.
man.
That's so awesome. So.
I don't think I played 3 and 4 back in the day. I think 2 was the only one that that was as far along as I got, was the second game.
Yeah, 3, I played all the way, like super, a lot up until Underground 2. And then like they had like Project 8 come out. I didn't play that much, but like that's kind of the next thing is like they were saying if this does well, which so far everybody has nothing but good things to say about it. They're like, Tony Hawk's like, I want to push Underground 1 and 2 because those were like the actual true open world games that were awesome. They were so fun, man. They were so cool. But I mean, the only thing that's weird is like the remakes, like 4 was more open world to where they didn't have the 2-minute restraint. 4 had the thing where you could just straight up just free roam and kind of do the missions on you as you want to. And they actually, people were like, originally they said they were going to do 2 minutes on those levels. And people were like, what are you talking about? Why are we doing this in 4? And then they changed that up. But no, like 3 and 4 played really well. And I'm really looking forward to playing that for sure.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's funny you bring up that time because it seems like it goes by so fast. You're trying to go around, collect the word skate. You're trying to do all your different jumps and get your high scores and blah, blah, blah. And then like before you know it, time is up. You're like, okay, I'll just do this one more time. And let me try and get that other objective. Let me do that one more time. And then before you know it, 4 hours have gone by and you got to get up for work and, you know, the whole thing happens. And it's just an absolute classic moment with an absolute classic game. So shout out to that one. And for whatever reason, that had me thinking about playing a good old fighting game. I also played, both these games were Dreamcast games originally. Played Tony Hawk Pro Skater on the Dreamcast. And I also played Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on the Dreamcast, and it was on sale, and I was feeling those. Oh, I had points. I had Microsoft reward points. I redeemed some of those, Bowser, that we've been so good about collecting. So I did not pay even anywhere close to full price because this is a very expensive game normally, but it's on sale, and I used points. That Marvel and Capcom fighting collection thing that they've got going on that has like the Punisher and X-Men Children of the Atom and a bunch of these things, including Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which I also am terrible at. I'm basically just playing for shits and giggles and nostalgia, which is great. I'm going to leave it at that because I've played a bunch else, but I've been talking for far too long. Next week, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit more about Terminator Resistance, which I fired up as a result of my own personal tournament bracket, but I'll get more into that maybe next week because it's been 2 hours of this already.
Putting a pin in it?
Yeah, I'll put a pin in it for next week.
A week long.
Let you guys know what I think about that. But it's a video game that exists, and I'll talk to you guys about it next week. So there you go.
Cool.
All right.
Perfect.
Good.
Well, let's bring a friend into the carpool with us. I put a shout out in the channel, the Xbox channel earlier today, and the good sir responded to me. They said, I'd love to be able to say that the Xbox Showcase was my favorite from Summer Game Fest. However, I just can't when the wholesome and women-led game directs brought absolute fire this year and contributed to most of the games I added to my wish list from Summer Game Fest. Overall, I thought the Xbox Showcase was good, but a lot of the games weren't for me. My SGF weekend top 3 games: Ambroise Niflet and the Glean Bell, Blighted, and Dosa Divas. Hey, I can't argue that the wholesome and women-led games, like, they are bringing it. I love a lot of, and I think it's just part of me also is really getting into some more indie games. Like, I love the usually smaller, more digestible games that you get out of there. So
Yeah.
I love a good indie game. I'm with you there. What do you guys think?
No, I agree. I honestly, and I kind of talked about this on Sunday, and my thoughts on the Xbox Showcase. I think wholesome and women-led games crushed it. They were constantly showing us new games. They were showing us like, and it wasn't like, of course, there were like trailers. There was a lot of gameplay though. And honestly, just like the games that have stuck around, at least in my brain over the past like week, are the ones that are coming out of those particular showcases. Freaking Roots Devours from Women Led
Yeah.
Games. Like, so freaking good. Like, guys, if you haven't had the chance, go and watch those 2 showcases. That, like, honestly, hands down, those are how showcases. And that's how I think showcases should be. And I appreciate the fact that both of them had like actual creators in that particular space, like content creators in those spaces. So there was wholesome, kind of like cozy creators with wholesome, and then of course we had women content creators for women-led games, and it's just like it was just an overall like great like vibe. And it was like, and I like the fact with wholesome there was of course like really cozy games, but then when we get to women-led games, there are some pretty terrifying games in there, guys. It wasn't just like oh so girly. Like, guys, some of them were terrifying. And I'm here for it. I love that. I'm like, shout out to them. Like, those 2 showcases are hands down my favorite. They've become essentially my like go-tos and my like I must watch these during Summer Games Fest. Like, if I had to choose 3, it would definitely be wholesome games. It would have to be women-led games. And then this year, like Latin games also like was a huge one. Like, shout out to them. Like, kudos. Yes, Summer Games Fest like showcase was great. Xbox, of course, they were showing. It wasn't my favorite showcase this year, let alone my favorite Xbox showcase ever. But yeah, those like, and it was back to back. Like, we sat down and we watched like it was literally wholesome games, then it was women-led games, then it was Latin games, back to back to back. 10 out of 10. Like, that was a phenomenal way to spend a Saturday, and it gets me excited for games because we got to see full range. So yeah, I definitely agree 100%. Yes, Mitch. Like, what were your thoughts, Mitch?
The wholesome games direct was cute. That's all I want to say.
I was going to bring that up, Mitch.
Yeah.
If you haven't, please go check out the Lockliff. She reacted to the Wholesome Games Direct, and then she made a short because every game that came up, she said it was cute, and it's an epic little short. Oh, this is cute. This is cute.
Yeah. No, so I will say that was actually the first time I had ever watched any of those things because of Lockless Stream, because of it. So yeah, I mean, there was a lot of cool games that were in there. The funny thing is, when I was doing Folia's video that she asked me to do, the 3 games that came up to me weren't in, they were actually in the normal Summer Games Fest stream. They weren't even part of like Wholesome Games or anything like that. And they actually all were like the indie games. Like, there were some fun announcements during the Xbox showcase that I was like, okay, cool. Like, you know, Clockwork Revolution obviously is the one that like is still in my head and I can't stop thinking about it because that game looks ridiculously good. But like the one game that literally I can't stop thinking about because every time I see it, I can't believe it's a real thing, is Felt That Boxing. I can't believe that's a game. I still look at that and go, that's practical puppets. They're not video generated puppets. This is not real. Like, this is film. This is not a video game. And I just keep looking at that and I'm just so shocked. And I have a feeling it's not even going to be, it reminds me of like just Punch Out, but with puppets, and it's an Unreal, and like the premise is insane. Like, an unadoptable orphan has to save his orphanage from being shut down, and there's all these like cute little like orphan animals that are there like, we'll die. I'm like, good Lord, what is going on in this? But no, that game is one that that was probably the one that stuck with me the most. And again, it's like just their studio's first game. Definitely not a AAA game that's got 1,000 people working on it, but that's the one game for me that absolutely I just couldn't stop thinking. I'm like, this is real. This is a real game. And there's also other things like the Out of Words game, which again, like you had mentioned, Split Fiction. It reminds me of that. Like, 2 players on the screen at the same time, having to do the co-op puzzles, things like that. But there was a lot of really cool just art in games in general this year, and Mixtape was another one of mine that I liked a lot. Like, Mixtape looks awesome. It just looks like a John Hughes movie, just like that art style and like that time period. It just, yeah, there's a lot of cool things that were happening with games that weren't just the Xbox showcase. There were games I liked a lot. But I mean, let's just say games that I maybe wouldn't typically play got my attention. Yeah. So that's the one thing I'll say that's cool. But yeah, like there was a lot of things that weren't just at the Xbox showcase that I did definitely like.
Yep. The good sir asked, what was everyone's favorite showcase of the weekend? if you had to pick one that was your top, what would it be?
Can I say something controversial but brave?
Yeah.
Yes.
PlayStation.
Doesn't count. Wasn't SGF.
No.
Oh, come on. For real?
It was. It
No,
was.
I don't
It
care.
was. I'll count it. I'll count it.
Somebody's got to give you a hard time.
I mean, you're probably right, which is kind of silly, I guess. Like,
It's not.
I thought PlayStation crushed it. I know people don't expect to hear me say that, but I thought it was great. I was very entertained. It was very good. Not to take anything away from... You know what? I like them all equally the same. Nothing
yeah,
stood
of
out,
course you did.
actually.
Of course.
Yeah.
I had to watch like the PlayStation 1 because I was working that week and I wasn't home. I just like looked at the highlights, so I didn't actually sit down and watch it. So I can't comment either way.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I like. Well, go
You
ahead,
go
Fee.
first. No, you go. I'm still torn.
I like the fire hose method of wholesome games. Like
Just everything.
the number of games that are in that
Yeah, there was a
showcase,
lot.
just like the sheer
Crazy.
volume of it is insane, and they are all cute. So
True.
it might be wholesome for me as well.
I would have said Latin if the games that they said were supposed to be demos actually came out as demos, guys.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna shout them out on that one because there was a few games where they said there was gonna be demos, and there have not been
That's
demos for
right.
those games.
Yeah, they look
And
good,
so-
too.
Yeah, it was Shadow Sacrament, which was one of the ones that really stood. That was like one of my like I want to play this so badly, and then they were just like, "Here's a there's a demo," and I'm like, "Oh snap!" And then I remember I said to Sean, there's nothing here,
I know, we
and
kept
then-
checking. We kept refreshing.
and I even checked like when Next Fest started. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna like maybe it's just a Next Fest exclusive. Maybe we need to wait. Maybe they didn't add. Nope, doesn't
Nope.
exist. Also, shout out Fulia. Fulia tried to give them the benefit of the doubt and was just like, hey, have you checked like this other part of the stream, like the Steam page? Because sometimes the demos are hidden. And I'm like, I checked, and it's not there. So I don't know. It's really hard for me to, other than that, to split between wholesome, women led, and Latin for me. Those
Yeah.
three
Yeah.
were like top notch. And even though women led games had about 20 games less than Latin games and wholesome games, because I think Latin had pretty much the same amount as wholesome games, as a heads up. I definitely would have to say I do like the more diversity with Latin and women led games, because it's, as much as I love cutesy cozy games, I like to see kind of like a mix and like variety. So I think those kind of maybe lean a little bit more, but all three like stand out in my book. So I'm gonna play Sean, and I'm gonna say I choose three, and those are my
Yeah,
favorite
it's hard.
three.
One full
Yeah.
experience, as you say. I had to
Exactly.
go wholesome because that's where Leaf Blower Company was. So
Valid.
you knew where that was. What do you think, Mitch? Which was your favorite?
So actually, I was going to say I actually didn't dislike the Xbox conference. I thought the Xbox
didn't
conference
either.
was
I
good,
thought it was
and
good.
like I think like it's either that or actually the Summer Games Fest Jeff Keighley one, just because literally the three games that I just talked about were all showcased there, and then also Resident Evil 9 is awesome, and I'm stoked for that. So yeah. Are you what are you trying to push me over for?
Because it's just like
building
essentially
a
right
wall.
now it's like split. It's like Sean and I had one thought on when it
Yeah,
comes
we're
to
on
the
one
Xbox.
side of the screen.
Yeah.
Right.
We're over
And
here.
then we have the I don't want to say it. It's not that I didn't like it. It's just definitely wasn't my favorite. I think
think-
Is
next
it because they're
year's gonna-
American? Is that what you're dancing around? Is that the
Whoa! I
deal?
mean,
Is this a us and them thing?
Okay, neither of us picked it as our favorite either.
No.
It's so true.
Well, here's
it was
the-
so
it's like-
unnecessary to even bring it up.
Well, I mean,
Mitch was about to Bowser.
well, here's what I was
No.
gonna say. I'm not saying you guys didn't like, but here's the thing too: is like obviously, what do I play a lot of? First-person shooters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Xbox conference did speak to me quite a bit there with Clockwork and
course.
Outer Worlds 2 and like that stuff, right?
Yep.
But like, and then I'm sitting there thinking though, besides like Clockwork and that, like other stuff that got announced, we kind of already knew. Like Final Fantasy got announced coming, to Final Fantasy Remake coming, like that's cool. Like there was other stuff that got announced that's cool and all, but like the three games I just mentioned were actually just on the normal Summer Games Fest, and then Resident Evil 9 got announced, and I'm so stoked for Resident Evil 9.
You brought up something and it made me think of like why I wasn't as excited for the Switch 2 launch. There's a lot of like the big names are games that have been out on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC for a while now. Like, I'm not excited about Cyberpunk on Switch.
Right.
Like, that happens. Like, I wasn't excited. I'm not like flying out of my chair to buy Final Fantasy 16 at full price again because I already played it. Right.
Right.
Like, I'm good. I'm happy that it's there. Like, it should have been there a while ago. The 7 remake should have been there a while ago. I'm glad they came. That doesn't excite me.
Correct. Yeah. And that's why I think I'm going to lean more towards Summer Game Fest. Because I mean, the only thing I would say is if there was new things that showed up at the Xbox conference that wowed me, because the number one thing at the Xbox conference, in my opinion, was the ROG Ally and all the stuff they're doing with the software on the PC side of things. That was my favorite part, right? Not necessarily saying I'm going to go get that thing. I'm just happy that that's an option now. But yeah, the Summer Games Fest, the actual Jeff Keighley one is probably my favorite one. Because they just showed 3 awesome games I didn't even know about that aren't even up my alley. And yeah, Resident Evil is awesome.
Well, you teed up the good sir's next question perfectly. They said, should I sell my OLED Steam Deck to get the ROG Ally X, the Xbox one?
Yes.
What do you think? Yes.
Yeah.
I think,
it does it all.
Yeah. If the software they put in front of it acts the way I hope it will, then my answer would be yes as well, because you'll get all the PC storefronts.
And Game Pass is also just easier, like through the Xbox app. Like if it's native and it's as good as they say it is, like, because obviously it's more that software that's going to drive that thing. And that's the thing I'll say is like my Legion Go running full Windows compared to Steam Deck is not as user friendly, or, you know, like the UI is not as clean and stuff like that. But that's the biggest thing, is the fact that they are going into like, this is why we're making this thing. The UI is going to be different. If that UI is as good as they say it is going to be, I would have a hard time telling you not to. However, the price of that ROG Ally, the X one at least, the high-end one, could be really high up there. So it's like, if you're going to sell your OLED and still have to pay double what you're going to get for your OLED for the ROG Ally X, like, that's a lot of money. But you're going to open up a lot more options for storefronts and games without having to break it or do any weird stuff to it. I don't know. Yep. I would just say it depends on how much you can get for your OLED.
I think, like, at least from the feedback I've been getting from, like, Sean, I know you have a Rogue. It did not go well for you.
Not anymore.
Ally. Definitely not. Yeah, he doesn't have it anymore. And that should be kind of like
I threw it in the trash.
Yeah.
Threw it on the ground.
My God, what a throwback. Yes, I threw it on the ground. Nice. Yeah, shout out.
Shout out. You know what? Valid. I think it's one of those situations where, yes, it's shiny. Yes, it is new. It looks really pretty. It looks like it's going to run well. I think 1, wait until we see how much it is. And 2, wait till you get some reviews, and not just the people who were like at Summer Games Fest that are like, look at the new like Xbox ROG Ally. It's just like cool beans. I like, as much as I love that, as much as I think that's fantastic for you, that doesn't give me any context on how it is. Like, I loved everyone who was like posing with it and posting it online, and they're like, look at this, it's here. And it's just like, cool, give me stats, tell me how it runs. Play something like Control or maybe like a first person shooter. Tell me how it runs. Like, I'm like, I don't
even care about that.
Well,
I assume it'll run games fine. I'm not worried about that.
Oh, I think it'll run games really well.
It's like
going to be $1,000
user experience too.
Well, yeah, it's the user experience. It's how it runs. And then I'm not going to lie, because this is kind of being sold as like, okay, we have the console, but this is the handheld. You're going to have a lot of people, like, this is a whole different demographic, guys. This is not the people, like, as much as I love Nintendo, they're like, the people who are going to be playing this are wanting to play Gears. They want to play Halo. They want to play these like really graphic intensive games on a handheld. We need to think about that before we're just like, oh, go and buy it. So my answer is, give it a minute. Check and see this like reviews. Who knows? Just think about it before you start selling off like your livelihood and your items and your like like your handhelds right now.
I think it's also too like, you can wait, and when you get to the point where your Steam Deck starts to show its age, and isn't running the things that you want to play and you're ready to upgrade anyways, then you put this into your list of considerations.
Yeah.
Because you can put Windows on your Steam Deck, and I assume that whatever, OS that, more console-like system they're going to set up for this, you would eventually be able to put on your Steam Deck.
Mm-hmm.
You could try that out too.
That's the whole question that I don't know. I haven't read up more on it. Is like, are they going to make this readily available to where if you want to do this, you can, or is this going to be software exclusive to certain pieces of hardware? Which I hope it's not. Like, I hope that older Windows machines will be able to just like quote unquote upgrade or change over to this version of.
I think
their
OS. They'll at least have some of it, like whatever the actual changes to Windows that are done on the back end, like before ROG branded stuff ends up on there, that would be available for other Windows.
I hope
handhelds.
so. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, I love Fee's content creator Fees. Look at the thing I got. It's like the best.
I mean, you're
ever.
not wrong.
No, you're not. I saw Austin Evans' video on it. He's like, this is the ROG LIX. Like, he was like, yeah. I know what you're talking about. I saw it.
Yeah, I want some authentic reviews. I want some comparison. Like, how easy is this to use compared to the Steam Deck? I want videos like that. And they'll come once this thing gets out in the wild.
Right.
So, yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm not rushing out.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that's the other thing too, though, is like the rumored price is like $900. And that's insane. That's a lot. That's a lot. And again, if you're going to sell your OLED for like 300 or 400, you still have to fork up 800 or 600 bucks or something. Don't do that. Don't sell it and then have to pay double just to get the new hot thing. Like, again, like you said, though, if it's something like, oh, my Steam Deck's starting to get whatever. Yeah. Start looking at that thing, because if it can do all of the above, then great. But
and then for us, like for Sean and I, we have to think, what is it going to be in Canadian? Like, that's like a whole extra.
Not buying it. It's not even on. I mean, I'm quiet during this because this is not
that's
on my
valid
radar at all. I'm interested to see how it is. I think it's really interesting and neat, but it's just not for me. Like, it's funny, Mitch. I poked fun at you at not remembering that the Switch 2 is portable, but I'm with you. I don't play that thing portably in handheld almost every. Like, it's there for travel, but it's my Nintendo machine. Yes. Like those exclusives are easily worth. If that was all I played on Switch, it's still easily worth the purchase. And then also, it's very portable as well, and I can move it from TV to TV because we just picked up another dock. So that's that. But I don't need a 47-pound handheld gaming device. I got weak little wrists, Mitch.
You need one of those holders like Fee has.
Yeah, just strap it to me.
Just put it
just like that.
Put your popcorn right in that bowl.
Yep.
Don't.
Guys,
No.
if that's hinged on me at all, I'm getting like permanent neck or back damage or something. Like, no way. It's got to anchor to something else.
I mean, the one thing I'll say is, like, again, I don't travel often. So again, is this my target? I'm not the target demographic for this device. I mean, I think it's cool for people that want to be on the go and have more options. Like the Legion Go I got through work points. I didn't pay for it outright. I had some like work rewards things and I happened to get it. And I'm like, cool, this is awesome. And then, like I said, when I do travel, which is very not often, I'll be able to play some things on it. I was just so excited about that thing being a thing, just because now I'm just like, okay, cool. Microsoft's going to actually care about making the handheld experience better overall. Yeah. That's all I cared about. I was just like, okay, cool. Thank you. Like, I'm not going to buy a $900 ROG LIX. I can tell you that.
Obviously, the other big thing they're pushing is the Play Anywhere.
Right.
Yeah. Because that's big. If you're going to sell another device that isn't playing console versions of games.
Right.
At least not native. So
the idea, like I just like the idea of, like, especially if you have Game Pass already, like it just being easy with the Xbox app to just be like, oh, cool, Game Pass. And you don't have to sideload things. And you don't have to like change OSs. It just automatically is going to be an easy machine to do that. Not to mention, they talked about also like cloud streaming. Cause I can tell you, when I was playing stuff on my Legion, like when I was playing South of Midnight, I could have downloaded the game and I could have done that, but I actually played it just the cloud version on that thing, and it ran so well, and it ran instantly. I didn't have to wait for a download. I didn't have to sacrifice graphics to make it run on this lower piece of hardware. Like, it just ran so well. Granted,
that's why
I'm not going to pay
I can't believe PlayStation beat them. PlayStation beat them to it with the portable thing. Is it called the Portal?
Yeah, it's called
Yeah.
Portal, yeah.
I can't believe it's PlayStation that has that. Like when Xbox is like we're all like they're all in on the cloud and Game Pass, like that device makes so much sense in Xbox land. Only now though, only in hindsight. Because I remember when that portable came out, people were like, "What do we need this for?" And as it turns out, people like that a lot. But like that's so much cheap, like $200. If Xbox had a $200, they had the same thing.
Device.
I would totally be in on that.
I was gonna say, yeah, that is a completely different like mindset of who wants a portable device too, right? There's people that want to be able to just play their PlayStation 5 portably and on the go. But then there's people that have like no internet connection. They want to run it natively. Like those are definitely different machines. But
PlayStation Portal doesn't help you when you're on an airplane.
correct.
Could you dock this in any way? Because like from what I can see
Probably.
right now, there's
Dock
no
what?
dock on the bottom. Like for
Most of them aren't.
My
Like there'll
my
be a
Legion
USB-C
Go,
on top, or
Yeah.
like, you
It's on
just
the top.
connect that to USB to HDMI.
I bought a generic dock off of Amazon that
Yeah.
just plugs in USB-C to my Legion Go. It has HDMI out, normal USB
Okay.
ports, all that stuff.
Well, that's what I have for like I have essentially kind of like the same setup for my Steam Deck if I want to set it up that way. I was just more online curious because I took a screenshot of the actual handheld consoles and I posted in our Xbox predictions page because I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna have to reference this for later. I will say and this is going to sound very silly to some people. I looked at it and I'm like, oh, the Xbox Ally, not the X, but the regular one is the one that comes in white. Can I not get the X in white? Like, why? Like, I'm sorry. That's what my Nintendo DS was like. I had a white Nintendo DS XL. I like the white handheld consoles. My controller is white. I want to have like my computer is white. Like I was curious if that was the case. Obviously, we have none of that information. That was something that came up, and obviously for a lot of people that makes no sense and not a huge concern, but at least for myself, I'm like, at least the aesthetic gamer girlies on like YouTube and TikTok are big into that because they're like looking for white and pink.
We wouldn't have special edition consoles.
You know what,
It's a
Bowser?
thing.
Correct. I am on the right path here. I don't know. I'm thinking like
Get a D-brand wrap.
Exactly.
They do those like sticker skins.
Or maybe they should think about that before when they're making it.
Yep.
Because that's a huge thing. It's like usually like black, white, or pink is a huge one that are people or like green. Who knows? Like,
Why isn't it green? Come on.
Why isn't it
Come on,
green?
Xbox.
It makes sense to have it green.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
It makes too much sense, Sean.
That's why it's not here.
Yeah, exactly.
True. Facts.
Yep.
No.
All right. So the consensus here is wait and see.
Wait and see.
Let's not go
I think
crazy.
that's pretty fair. That sounds very reasonable.
For once, we're being
Buy it
reasonable.
blindly.
Yeah.
Buy it tomorrow.
I mean, is it really blind? Like, it's not going to be any worse than the existing ROG Allies.
Yeah. Probably
It's
not.
going to be similar to that, and we're hopeful that it has a better user experience on the front end.
That's literally all I care about. I'm just, yeah.
Yep. So,
I mean, it'd be really cool if you could have some sort of like user or account transfer or something and it just brought everything up to speed. Like you can still log in as far as I could tell with my ROG Ally. I still logged in with my Microsoft account, but it didn't like kind of like bing it into place, if you know what I mean. Like when I did my system transfer with my my Switch to Switch 2, it was so seamless. I just logged in with my Nintendo account and then all my games were there. It was so simple. And it's like, that's for me, maybe I'm doing something wrong, but that's not the experience I had on the ROG Ally. Like I needed a keyboard and mouse to set that sucker up. So
that's the part. And that's the one part I just want, like, exactly.
Exactly.
Well,
because otherwise you've got that little touch screen and you're typing in your email address
What about a
and
QR
your
code?
yeah, everything needs QR code logins.
Yes.
Yes. That's how I was
Everything.
able to do all my stuff on my TV when I like go
100%.
through and log in with my Xbox, or when I was like combining my Hoyaverse to my Xbox. It was through QR code. That was just like scan this QR code and takes you to a website, and then you can log in. And then bing, bang, boom, Bob's your uncle. Everything's set up properly. Like it doesn't like.
I don't have an
fix
Uncle
it.
Bob.
Well, you do now.
No, that's like I said.
code.
I didn't even necessarily care about the hardware. I was just that. Like, you're right though, because the Legion Go, same thing. It's like touchscreen keyboards suck.
Yeah.
And like the mouse thing is cool, but like to set it up, it's the worst experience.
Whereas
And it's just the UI is
Steam
awful.
Deck, the base Steam Deck, if you just want to log into Steam and play that, it's super easy.
There you
Right.
Probably
go.
the
Correct.
hardest
Yeah.
thing you have to do is type in your Wi-Fi password.
Oh yeah.
That's a pain in the butt.
But
Yeah, but I mean, you do that on a Switch.
yeah.
Like
yeah,
Interesting.
we've done that before.
But also, too, I'll even say this. I'd rather do it on a Switch than on my Legion Go. Because at least the Legion Go's keyboard, like the Windows touchscreen keyboard, is just bad. Like, it's not a good keyboard in general. You know what I mean? Like, the Switch keyboard at least a little easier, but
Agreed.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Just give me a better UI, please.
Yep.
Fix it.
it's all we need.
Fix it.
Fix it, guys. Fix it. That's
Fix it.
it for the community questions for the week. Thank you, the good sir, for writing in. So, I think we're going to get to Sean's favorite part of the show.
The end. No.
Oh,
I'm just joking. I'm
jeez.
just kidding. I'm kidding.
Deuces.
Peace
All for
out.
the lulz.
I'm done.
That is
All
all.
right. Not what have we been playing, but what will we be playing?
That is my favorite.
Yeah.
Well, then you're up first, Sean.
Oh,
what
damn.
will you be playing?
Bing, bing, boom.
Well, look, they just announced like 40,000 games coming at us. We got all these games coming out on Game Pass. And personally, I have felt, as I typically do, I'm like, I don't know what the hell to do. There's too much. There's too many things. I actually can't believe I was able to sneak in earlier that I was spending money on games and I didn't get nothing from Bowser. I didn't get.
I'm giving up.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Oh, damn.
Just use your Microsoft rewards.
That's true. And it was on sale, so I felt pretty good about it. I felt like I bought a couple small things here and there. But in any case, I had engaged the Discord to participate in all of this. I said, look, I don't know what's going to come out of this exactly, but if everybody could maybe suggest between whatever it said, 1 and 4 games or something you guys could throw at me. And I got to say, and if you guys haven't seen this, if you missed it, scroll up in the general chat. There are so many great games that people had suggested that I play, and I hope that other people like looked at that and went like, oh, I guess that was suggested for Sean. I'll just totally ignore it. Don't ignore it. There's like a great catalog library of suggestions. And some of you guys, like, I think I'm taking you proved your taste. You got good taste out there, some of you. Just, I see you. Awesome Dave recommending Ikaruga. Snap. That game was on 360. That got Mitch's attention right there. Have you played
That game was on GameCube, dude. That game is old. That
Yep.
is an old game. That was
That's
like one of
a-
the rare GameCube games, if I remember right.
Hell yeah. Oh, man. Shout out. And also, new to the community, Gizmodo. Is that what I get that right?
Yep.
Also, some really good. 2, they didn't know that I already played 2 of them, but it's like, you nailed it. You absolutely nailed it. So I've got a new category. I've copied every single one of those, by the way. Everything that was showed up in the Discord, it's now in a spreadsheet. I've captured it all. So thank you all for that.
My favorite part of that whole thing is Rybo rolling in, and apparently we have the wheel as a bot in Discord, and he made a wheel.
Amazing.
And for I don't know how long, Sean didn't know it only had 2 games on it, but he was very excited that we
Well,
could
because
just
I
do the wheel
thought,
here.
because this is just me with Rybo, I just thought like he had some sort of magic way of capturing all the games that had been mentioned and funneling it into a wheel.
pretty good.
And then New Vegas was the one that had won that wheel that he built. And so that was, I did a little tournament bracket fee. I had 64. I haven't had a 64 game tournament bracket in a long time. And I spent like a good, I don't know, hour or 2 just combing through. Sometimes the matchups, I wouldn't care. Like I was like, I would go, I can't decide. And I would take that to a wheel. Some I would decide. As an example, the first matchup was Fallout New Vegas versus Tears of the Kingdom. I'm like, I can't decide that. I can't be trusted to make that sort of decision. So I took it to a wheel, and Fallout New Vegas won that one. So Tears of the Kingdom was out in the first round, man. Other matchups were like Spyro versus Dying Light 2. We had, what else?
What
did we
a
have?
wild
that
thing to
crazy?
pair together. Like, so different of games.
Just like Elden Ring versus Wind Waker, Mitch. Those are also in the first round. And Wind Waker took it. Anyway, long story short, I really thought the whole way along Fallout New Vegas was going to be the one, because it kept getting matched up. Like, it was Fallout New Vegas versus Tiny Tina's Wonderland. It's going to be New Vegas every time. Then it was Fallout New Vegas versus Squirrel with a Gun. I'm sorry, Squirrel with a Gun, but it's going to be Fallout New Vegas. Fallout New Vegas versus Cult of the Lamb. It was Fallout New Vegas, all the way down to the final, which was Fallout New Vegas versus Terminator Resistance. And I let the wheel decide. At that point, I'm like, I can't decide this one, because Ryan Turford from the role-playing game cave has recommended this game for many, many years, and so that's why that one kind of got as far as it did. So that's what I will be playing, at least in the immediate future. But like just before that, like Resident Evil 2 was right there, could have been Spyro. None of these games are stuff that was recently announced or anything that's coming to Game Pass. But this is my long-winded answer to your question, Bowser. What will I be playing in the immediate future? Terminator Resistance, but I think Fallout New Vegas is like right after that. If you're all right with that.
You do what you like, sir.
I mean,
I have no idea what I want to do. That's the problem.
well, you got a bunch of good suggestions. I was just scrolling up that. I was like looking at some of the suggestions that were there, and like there's a bunch of good suggestions in there. There's one correct answer, but like, I mean,
what's the correct answer?
Ghost of Tsushima. Are you out of your mind? Go play that. Oh my god, Ghost of Tsushima is so good. I was like scrolling, and I just saw that, and I was like, oh yeah, that's the answer.
Who mentioned that one? Who gave that recommendation?
I think it was Yon32.
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 Nice
Somebody
one.
else said it too. No, Ghost of Tsushima is awesome, bro. God, that game is great. Love it.
Nice.
What else are you gonna play? You got anything else?
I think I'm gonna stop there for now. But I mean, like,
I brought like
I got another
games to
spreadsheet
play.
that I could reference here. What else do I got? Fast Fusion, Metroid Prime Remastered is. Oh, The Division 2. I keep talking about The Division 2. Is anybody out there that wants to play The Division 2?
Is there anyone? Help me. Is there anyone out there?
Not until we squad up in firefighting sim.
I mean, like, this is the issue. So the other piece to this, and this is maybe just a help, this is a big old cry for help for me. Some of these games, these are the ones I want to sit down to play when I'm just by myself and I want to play single player. There's other like ongoing, I'm like, I almost need to like carve out other games for other days of the week or other times or streams maybe. So, I mean, this is old hat for me at this point. I'm always in this state. What the hell are you going to play, Bob? Maybe you could sort me out here. What are you playing?
Well, right now I'm playing the Altars. I'm only taking my Switch 2 on vacation, so I'll be doing some collecting in Mario Kart World.
Yeah.
I'll probably hop into Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Oh, snap.
Continue with that, hoping it runs a little better. I haven't been paying attention to whether or not it was improved at all.
Got an official update, but I don't know if games are running better without an official update on Switch 2.
Animal Crossing is. Yes. That's for darn sure.
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't get a patch or anything. It just loads faster.
I think
it loads way faster. By the way,
loads way faster, and like Green Jeans Island is like completely decorated. And it used to be when you'd walk around, like it's an empty island, and 5 minutes later everything's popped in.
Oh yeah.
Now like just stuff's there. He could just run around freely.
Nintendo with the tech, man. Shout
Yeah.
out.
I mean, I know somebody already said this, and I kind of feel bad saying it. I almost feel like this is like the Switch Pro. Like certain things are running way, way, way better because it's newer hardware, and I'm happy about that. I'm not saying it's not a brand new console, because obviously I think it needed to be a new console for certain games to talk about, like it's not like eventually they started saying like series only, but like it kind of the same thing with like Xbox One to series. Like, even though the UI is the same, games just run better. Some games you have to pay for the upgrades, which is the same thing like you mentioned, Sean, the Activision thing when Series X happened, and like, some games just ran better on their own without having to pay for anything else. Like, there are definitely games that I know that were running better. I know my daughter, Kayla, she bought the Violet DLC because Violet doesn't suck now. Like, she's just happy
maybe I
the
should
game
do that.
runs better. She's
I've heard really good things.
She's just like, Dad, this
Oh.
game runs so much better now. And she actually was like, cool, I'll go buy the DLC now. Like, she didn't care about that. She actually stopped playing because of how it ran. And I'm just like, well, I'm glad that,
Yeah, I quit playing. Like I made it through the story
Right.
and just put it down. Like I didn't care about collecting because I was just so tired of it.
Right. So,
So
no,
maybe I'll do that.
she's fully back into it. She's stoked about it. So they're definitely, I mean, I know that was one of the games that they talked about having better experience, like that was like an actual
100%.
upgraded game. But there are games that are out there. I think it was like Bayonetta. I think was another one that like people were talking about running way smoother. Again, just the hardware itself was the limit. It wasn't the game putting the limit on there. They were just like basically how well can the system run it? We'll just let it run at that. And now that it's unlocked, like it just runs better. So yeah.
All right. So things I will be playing, some Switch 2 games on vacation, but when I get back, there's a new update, a free update coming to Luma Island. And it's a whole Pirates expansion. So I'll be jumping back into that. I really had a good time with that game when it first came out. And then I think it's like 4 days after I get home from vacation, Death Stranding 2 on the beach releases. And guys, it's game over. I'm going to be in that game until I beat it, possibly get a platinum trophy. I don't know. I'm going to disappear for a while. Other things that are on the radar, I'll probably at least check out Gears when it drops, since it's on Game Pass. Borderlands 4, I'm here for it. Even if Randy Pitchford is a weirdo and
That guy's
ignorant.
That's a perfect word.
But, you know, whatever. I was in for Borderlands 4 before he said weird things. And then Keeper, which was one of the games we saw last weekend. I'm stoked about. I want to be a lighthouse. And Outer Worlds 2. Like, my year is stacked. And you just, like, sprinkle in all of the random indies and other Game Pass drops that we don't know about yet, and I'm good. I'm set for the year.
Nice.
What do you think, Mitch? What are you going to be playing?
Well, let's say July is Tony Hawk, playing that.
Yeah.
August is Gears. I'll be playing that. Obviously, I'm already going to be playing Apex and all the other live service games all day long. But the other games in July, Donkey Kong Bonanza, I'll be playing that.
Yes. Yep.
Because it's just more 3D Donkey Kong, which is fun. I will also be playing Ghost of Yotai. That's the game that I just, out of all games, and it's like that's the one that I just want to play because I just saw Ghost of Tsushima, and Ghost of Tsushima is amazing. It really is. It's such a good game. So I'm looking forward to that. That was the one game that was like, out of all games that they actually like did show a little bit of, and then they were like, oh, by the way, come back in July. I was like, damn it, dude. That was the thing out of PlayStation that I was like, okay, show me more, please. And then they were just like, yeah, you can find out more 2 months from now. But yeah, that was the only part that I was like, but that is the game I'm super excited about. Outer Worlds 2, yes. I'm sure there's other games that I'm totally blanking on, but
I forgot about Outer Worlds. How could I forget about Outer Worlds? That was on the bracket.
yeah.
Oh,
the
this
first
is why
one?
I can't do this, man. I can't. There's too much.
Oh, you need to play that.
I do.
Have you
need
finished
to
it
play
before? Like, have you played it through?
I played it, but I definitely didn't finish it. Yeah, I massacred a whole room full of people that didn't really deserve it. Yeah. Yeah, I did one of those things. Yeah, that's how I concluded that quest. Like, they all deserved it. Because I think there was like a mission where you had to like go over and like steal somebody's power or something. It was a pretty evil thing to do, and you come back and the guy's like,
yes.
You
Yeah,
know
you
what I
got to
mean?
choose who to give the power to.
Yeah. So
And
I think
one
I
guy's a
screwed them
jerk
both
about
over.
it.
Yeah.
And I shot him.
Yeah, so did I. And I killed everybody else in the room. Yeah.
God, Outer
Good game.
Worlds is good.
Yeah, good game. Exactly. Yeah, very funny. I should know this. Did we get a date for Outer Worlds 2 or just
Yeah, it's in October.
Yeah. Okay, well, I have time. I
See?
still want to play Doom Eternal. Like, I still want to get back to, like, this is why I can't. You guys need to quit everything and just play
Stop
these games.
making games for a year and let's let us catch up on it.
I
not
might
do
be
that.
back on my BS pretty soon, you guys. I might be on, like, no more buying games. I might have to do it again.
I don't think that's going to fix your problem.
It helped a little bit for a little while.
Yeah.
Well, some of these games are coming to Game Pass, Sean. I don't think that's going to help you.
Yeah.
Well, that's a
Half the
loophole.
games I just
Welcome
talked
to the
about are coming to
loopholes.
Game Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say
Yeah.
Tony Hawk and Gears right there. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this. Gears beta is happening this weekend. Just want to throw that out there. The Gears beta, the multiplayer beta, is happening like as we speak right now. So, yeah.
Wow,
we'll
I'm
play
surprised
that.
you're here.
Yeah, it's true. I am wearing a Gears shirt too.
Thank you for
It's ready.
Your service.
joining us on the podcast
Thank you. You're welcome.
during this time. I appreciate it.
welcome. My sacrifice.
Thank you.
Creed.
Anything else you're playing, Mitch? You're going to play?
I got him.
No, I mean, like I said, those are the ones that came off the top of my head. Other than that, I'm sure there's other stuff that will happen. But no, those are the ones that stuck out the most.
Nice. V, you're up.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Take us home.
Well, everyone, here's the next hour of your podcast.
Yeah,
listening.
give it to me.
I am here to tell you.
Wait, what
all
about Dune
the-
Awakening? I'm sorry to interrupt. What Dune Awakening just came out? Are you gonna play that game on?
That's a great question, Sean.
Was that your first game that you're gonna say?
That is one of the games that I'm going to be playing. Mind you, I will say I was slightly concerned because I saw some gameplay and I know that it was in the beta before the launch. But if I see a sandworm in the sky, I'm done. There was literally this guy.
Really?
There's on by the way, go and check out this TikTok. They have an entire massive sandworm in the sky and it's just glitching and it's going like this.
That's not supposed to
and
be
it's
there.
shaking. And then he's just like, oh, well, I guess he's coming after me. Don't come over here, sir. Please avoid me. And then it's just
Sir.
it looks like a really weird snake from the 1980s. And it was the game and it was just very jagged. I don't know what was going on, but here we are. So yes, I have a list of games that I want to play. Starting off with, I need to finish Expedition 33. I'm still here in chapter 1 hanging out. I don't know what's happening. And thankfully I've been dip diving and dodging all of these spoilers. So thank goodness I'm good at that.
Damn, Matrix. Yeah.
Exactly. I also have a few games that I've been really wanting to play, and I've kind of put them on the back burner for a little bit. I also want to finish Cabernet. I have not finished Cabernet. I want to start and finish the game The Night is Grey. It is a point-and-click adventure where a guy gets, once again, in the woods, apparently is my theme for my list. He gets lost in the woods, and there's creepy things happening in the woods. So it is very interesting. It is a point and click kind of puzzle thriller game. Going to be playing that. Phoenix Springs, a game that I've been really wanting to play. It is currently on sale, so I literally just bought it. I'm going to go and play it. One of the best demos experiences I've ever had. Guys, it's so freaking good. You have to play it with headphones on. It's an experience and a half. I'm so excited to I probably won't stream it. I'm probably just going to play it and then maybe I'll ask Fulia to hop on the mini indie van to talk about it because it's an experience and a half. Old Skies by Wadget Games. They also made the Blackwell Legacy series. This is a essentially almost a space age kind of cyberpunk-esque game, and I'm so excited. I love Wadget Games, Wadget Eye Games. I've played pretty much all of their other games, so I'm going to be playing this one. I'm really excited for it. Another one that came out in May, and I really want to play it because apparently there's a multiplayer aspect and I'm very curious. It was shown off during Summer Games Fest. It's called Equinox Homecoming. Yes, it is a horse riding game. However, there's a mystery and weird paranormal activity happening in the town. So yeah, there's a whole thing. I'm so interested. I'm super down for this. That was one of my favorite aspects of Red Dead Redemption Online was collecting horses, and this is a whole other game that I want to check out. So shout out to that game. I'm very interested in. I'm definitely going to be checking this one out. Of course, when it freaking comes out, I'm playing Roots Devour until 100%
Yeah.
it. I am this game literally, no pun intended. It is locked on. It is sprouted roots in my brain, and it will just not it will it's grasped.
You might say those roots are devouring you.
Correct. Quite literally. Shout out the fact that it's made by a Canadian
Mitch getting his yoga breathing on out there.
studio. Shout out to them. So I'm definitely going to be checking that out. Hotel Galactic comes out in July. It is very Spirited Away. It is very cutesy. It was shown in Wholesome. I'm definitely going to be checking that one out. Big Walk that was shown in the Frosty games.
Big Walk.
Yes, we should all play it because there's it's very funny. It's very silly. You go on big walks with each other. There's what is it? Proximity chat. But also there's areas that you have to do puzzles. It looks really good.
What was that other one that we saw during the showcase? It was kind of like Clue. That kind of the thing you guys all really like.
In.
What is it?
I think it was Danger In.
It's something because you guys
Killer
all like
In
those
by
the
Square Enix.
repos and all.
Killer In. Yeah.
Killer In by Square Enix.
I think that could be one I could be. It was by Square Enix?
That was the funny thing. I went to go do my video for Fulia, and that was actually gonna be it. And then I saw it was made by Square, and I'm like, that's not an indie game.
It's not an indie game.
I can't say that. It's not an indie game. I did not know it was made by Square.
One developer and their 47 friends.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
You mean their 4,700
150.
friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
real.
Creative Unit 3.
Yeah, there's
I saw that. I was like, well, I guess can't use that one.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks really good. I would definitely play that game for sure. Grounded 2 I will definitely be playing.
Ooh,
I
early
watched a
access.
more deep dive into it. Honestly, looks really great, guys.
Nice.
There's like the worker ants, and then they had a whole explanation of the spider mounts that you can get, and I'm sold. I think it looks really great, and it looks like it's made by a bunch of people who are like dedicated and who love the series. Like they love the idea, and they actually talked about the fact that they built updates for Grounded off of the community. They actually took feedback and like what their ideas were, and they built out different things because the community wanted it. And I'm like, you guys sold me on this game specifically about how excited and like so enthralled they are. And they're like, we're so excited to be able to branch out not only just the gameplay but the lore with the community, because apparently certain things happen in Grounded because the community said it should go this way, or there were theories were about X, Y, and Z, and so they built that into the game. And I'm like, yes. I was not fully support. I knew I had to play it to begin with, but now I'm sold. So shout out to them. I'm really excited for it. Sean, your reaction to Grounded 2 when I was talking about it. What's up, Sean?
I'm so glad you asked, because it's heavy on my heart, obviously. I need to, you and I need to figure something out. Equally the same as everybody else who I want to play video games with. But it occurred to me as you were describing that, I'm like, I want to play Fallout 76 with you. I want to play this game. Like, can we just get this shit sorted out? We need to play some and it's me. It's like, I get it. You guys are like, we've tried, we've done this thing before. It is me. I'm aware. That's why the sigh. That's why the heavy heart. I'm the problem. It's me. I get it. I want to get it sorted. I'm just saying. Shut up,
Nice
Mitch.
Taylor reference.
Thank you.
Taylor reference.
Yep.
Yes,
Mitch shaking his head
we
out
will
there.
figure this out. I would love to. I think playing Fallout 76, I need to go back to that game for 100% sure. Oh my goodness. I will talk about that, especially with the fishing update. Sean,
Yeah,
we just
fission.
fished.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fission.
Fish is. Nope, not gonna say that. Even though it did not actually have the demo, I'm still down to play Shadow Sacrament.
I know. Where's the demo for this one?
I'm just like,
is it still
why?
not there?
It's not there.
Someone should be in jail for this. Like,
it's a criminal offense.
Exactly. It's a criminal offense.
Wait, that wasn't the criminal offense. It was the achievements breaking, not this.
True.
This is a ticket. This is a citation. That's all.
Oh, it's a citation. I like the fact that we're coming up with rules on
Sean just makes up the severity of game development hell, basically.
Yeah.
Somebody didn't flip a switch at
Somebody's
Steam to put the demo live. They get a citation.
You go to jail.
Yeah. And I think one of the last games I'm gonna play, and there's no release date for this game, but it's mostly because it was just a standout for me because of the way that a specific interaction happened after it was announced. It was Death and Phaeology. And the reason why is because Sean says, "What is phaeology?"
What's phaeology?
And I just straight up deadpan say, "The study of fairies." Study of the Fae?
Study of the Fae.
And I'm like, wait a second, that's not his question. That was such a jerk move. I need to
I want to Google it. Is this a thing?
Like the study of the Fae?
It's not a thing. Google asked if I meant faceology, and then the next was the actual game. Death
the hell is that?
Steam. I don't know. Faceology, the study of faces.
Study of faces.
Duh.
That's what ology means.
It almost seems like it shouldn't be that. It almost seems like you would think that and go, no, stupid. It means this, right? Like it's too on the nose.
Valid. Yeah, no, guys, my list is like a mile long.
Tell me about it.
And I'm in a rut. I like the fact that everyone was talking about how long their wish lists were, and they were just like, "Oh, I have 100 on my wish list," and I'm like, "Guys, I'm sitting at 405, freaking 05,
405,
405,
46,
46. What? How?
It's I don't even know. I'm a wish list hoarder, guys. I see things I want to play and I like just put it on my wish list because I love supporting the devs. I'm not saying that people who have smaller lists don't like supporting the devs, but I'm just saying
It kind of sounds like that's what you were saying. But
definitely felt ashamed for having a very small wish list, right, Bowser?
Okay,
I definitely felt that too. It's okay.
Games.
It's okay.
Give me a break.
Wait, Lost But Found is 40% off. It's like $5 out here. Look at all this.
I just want to say there's a lot of games that I want to play, and
Same.
Like honestly, I'm also in a I have a little bit of a problem because I said last year in January I was going to play a specific series, and I've played none of them.
Yeah,
which
you need to work on that.
Yeah, I need to work on playing all the Nancy Drew games because I said I was going to, and I didn't play a single one. Mind you, I have played. I ran out of time 6 months ago in 13 days. I said I was going to finish it by the end of 2024 and I didn't. I lied. I straight up lied to everyone. So I do need to start playing them. But yeah, it just feels like my list keeps getting longer and longer and longer and longer. And then I'm like, ooh, this is what I want to play. Ooh, that's what I want to play. Ooh, I want to play these 5 games. And then it's just like, then you guys start talking about it in the Discord, and then you guys get all hyped about these games, and I'm like, son of a gun, I'm gonna have to play this game. And then I get super excited, and then I'm like, I play that, and by the time I get to like the first chapter, the only one that I was ahead of everyone for a very long time was Blueprints, and I felt vindicated for a little bit, and then all of a sudden I'm just like, oh, you guys have moved on to 5 other games. I'm like I feel like I'm just like constantly like 10 steps behind everyone, and I'm like trying to run and catch up, but then every time I'm like, ugh, and then I get it's the same it's the same thing with Dannohh.
Excuse me, what?
It's me tripping. That's the sound of me tripping and like falling.
That sounded like, oh, okay.
Or you know what? I don't even know what indigestion. Why not? It's just there's so many different games I want to play, and the problem is I like too many genres. I like indies, I like larger games, I like cutesy, but also I like kind of like the macabre and all this other stuff. And so it's just like
you really do like basically everything. Like I like to think that I do, but like I can't touch that. That is, yeah, you're all over the place. I also want to say, Fee, like you basically just validated, like we came up with like, what do we want to do for our topic? And I'm like, let's just talk about what we're going to be playing. And ultimately what I actually wanted was to see who out here was going to break like me. And it was you. And I'm really happy about that. We're both just like completely busted. Like we have no idea. Let's just start listing off a couple games we could play. And ultimately like we short circuit like a robot. Like we cannot compute. And we're just like spinning in circles. And eventually we just kind of like our head pops off. And frayed wires are just like sparking out of our
sure you tune into the YouTube streams for this.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't know what to do.
Yeah. It's there's so many different options. And when you said you came up with like when you mentioned this idea, I'm like, oh goodness gracious. Like I was building out my list in my head, and I'm like, there's like 50 games I want to play. I'm gonna have to keep it on the relatively short side. And could I go on forever? Probably. I could just do an entire podcast where I go through my entire wish list. Maybe I'll do that on Twitch someday. Just
do a tournament bracket. Look, I think some people will buy into the tournament bracket. Some people enjoy watching it. I think people should try it. This is a decision-making kind of thing. Like, which one is going to make it all the way to the end? You know?
What I'm really looking forward to is when Clockwork comes out and I just make all of your characters.
Yep.
There you go.
I'm here for it.
Yep. I'm going to go through all the sliders. I'll take a bunch of photos and be like, this is your character. And I'm especially excited to make Mitch's because I'm scared of what Mitch is going to create.
Guys, I don't know what you're talking about. Like my character was perfect. And I'm a little offended that you guys didn't think that looked like me because it was picture perfect, Fee. Okay. And then it got banned. I have a button here. I could show everybody in the world what it looked like, but I'm not allowed to hit that button because it has a red X on it. So I guess I won't.
I just want to say we are 2 hours and 17 minutes.
Sean's the host of all this. He knows all of it. Sean, did you veto the X?
No.
Bring it in.
Sean, did you veto the X?
Yeah, definitely veto the X. Oh God, I forgot. Oh, never mind.
It's me.
No, take it off. Oh God, that's
it's me.
Unveto.
Unvetoed.
Ryan, Ryan gets it. Like, thank you, Ryan.
I've been trying to give you a compliment for 1 minute and 30 seconds, and I'm not giving you a compliment now. Mitch.
Good.
Missed out.
Good.
Yeah. missed opportunity. Every single time you bring this up and you're like, it looks like me. I'm like, I'm about to give Mitch a compliment. And this time you cut me off too many times, Mitch.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my.
Got him. Good job.
You know what? Yes, I got him. The end. No, there's too many games, guys. And if you have any recommendations, tell us more. Tell me what you think.
Yeah, you might. Play. That's the same spot that I got to. I'm like, while we're at it, I'm at 50. Make it 60. Who cares?
Yes.
Make it 100. Because I can't decide.
Drop it in the comments below.
Exactly.
What games should we be playing?
Should we be playing? And will I, after this podcast, go to my whiteboard because I already started drawing something up over there on like figuring out what I'm going to play month by month? Yes. Does that also inherently take me away from actually playing any games? Yes. I'm 100% aware of it. Sometimes that's the hobby as well. That's basically how I'm rationalizing all this. This is part of the fun.
I mean, even this week, I got a literal ping on my Discord because someone said that I should be playing Resident Evil. Cough, cough, Sean.
That almost made it to the end. Oh, wait, was it me?
It was you.
No, I said
literally,
that.
you
Nice.
were like, you said Ryan and Fee game, and it was the latest Resident Evil game. And I'm like, goodness gracious, that's a whole other game I'm going to have to play. And I'm terrified to play that game, but I'm here for it.
I almost spent a lot of money on Resident Evil games this week. But ultimately, I'm like Bowser would say, I don't need these games. And also I can get them at the local library. That was ultimately what I decided, is I can just go rent it from the library.
My problem is I'm like, oh, I don't need to buy this game. And then I go buy 5 books. And I'm like, son of a gun, I didn't save any money.
Books
but
are great,
it's Kindle books. It's fine. It's like $2 each. But it's still, it adds up. It adds up, guys. This is why
a mess.
My TBR is currently like 600 books right now. It's a problem. We're here. The end.
Bowser will just come back next week completing. Well, actually, you're not coming back next week.
No.
She's not coming back for like a month.
Next time you're on the show, you're going to have so many games completed.
Oh, man, this list is going to be crazy.
Oh, my gosh.
The episode's going to be Bowser's back, and it's just going to be an episode where Bowser just talks the entire time. And
we
we
just
sit
have a
there
solo
and
catch-up episode.
Maybe I should do like a mini
pre-show.
Xbox Drive.
Yep.
Yes.
I like that a lot. The extra mile.
The extra
There
mile.
you go.
Yeah, I like that
We'll
a lot.
see.
Okay.
Maybe I won't play any games.
Ooh, a twist.
Sean has
Jesus
no belief
Christ.
in that whatsoever. He's like, yeah, right.
I think the only way she wouldn't play
right.
games is if literally every electronic device around her just stopped working. That's
Yeah,
like
she
the only
stepped
way
on
it's going to
an
happen.
EMP device.
Seriously, like an EMP went off on the cruise. The cruise ship still works somehow, but every device she owned is wrecked.
Yeah, just
like,
done.
yeah, just wrecked. Her whole backpack of never mind. I'm not going to jinx anything. Sorry.
Yeah,
Please
safe
ruin
trip.
My vacations.
Safe travels.
All the safe trips.
Yeah, hopefully no catastrophes happen.
You're going to have
for
the best time ever. Don't worry about it.
Thanks.
100%.
you. Okay. Is that it?
That's all we got.
That is all. Thank you, everybody, for listening to this episode of the Xbox Drive number 391, 2 hours and 20 some odd minutes. Thank you guys so much for sticking around all the way to the end, talking about what we have been playing, what we will be playing, and everything in between. It's been an absolute blast. Before I go ahead and thank everybody who supports us at patreon.com/carpoolgaming to make this all even possible. Bowser, why don't you go ahead and take us home? Tell us where we can find you on the internet, my friend.
Well, I can tell you where you won't find me.
No.
I'm not going to be on the Xbox Drive for a few weeks. I'm
Leave.
taking a little break, but I'll still be around in the Discord, and I will hopefully still be playing video games as long as the EMP doesn't go off in my house. So you can friend me up on Xbox at Bowser13 and find me in Discord at Bowser.
Very nice. I love it. Hopefully the anti-EMP devices that you bring along with you, they will work.
Wrapping my
Yes.
whole house in foil tonight.
That's right. Yeah, protect those devices. Mitch, on Twitch, tell us where we can find you on the internet.
Later. Let's go to Fee.
Fee, go ahead and tell us where we can find Mitch and then you also on the internet, if you like.
Absolutely. You can find Mitch Power over at Mitch Power 1116. By all means, I'm making the most long-winded version. Go find him over on Twitch. He plays all sorts of games on the weekends and makes really great content over on YouTube. Honestly, his streams, like, kudos to him. He streams all, like, big kudos. Very long streams, and sometimes he does community streams, and they're phenomenal and they're chaotic, and it's 10 out of 10. Go check out his stuff, whether it's on YouTube or on Twitch. Go out and check out his content. Mitch Power 1116. Shout out to him.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You can also find me on the internet at twitch.tv/Zeranix, where I will be playing more games. On Sunday, I'm going to be playing a bunch of demos, and I will actually be playing a bunch of demos and not just one demo the entire time, and I won't play Roots Devour the entire time. Well, I'm. You know what? Probably not. And tune in to one game and one game only for 6 hours. You can also find me over on Discord. Tell me all the games that I should be playing. You can find me over on X. At some point, I should be probably posting other places like Blue Sky because I'm also there too. And yeah, just go hang out, say hi to me. And I would love to play games with other people in the community. So let me know and hit me up if you want to play any games.
As for me, thank you, Fee. I will be installing Fallout 76 and something else that maybe we can bloody well play together. Goodness gracious. Find me on Blue Sky, CBG, Sean. What else? Twitch, twitch.tv/Carpool Gaming Live. I'm on there often enough anyways, and I would say like the last month or two of Twitch has kind of been like our best ever, so very encouraging. Love to see you guys out there. Love hanging out with you. Love playing demos with you. Love spreading those sheets, doing all the dang things there on Twitch, and just being a bunch of silly gooses there, Bowser. You don't like when I say gooses? Is that the problem? That's the issue?
Problem. Yep.
That was it? Yeah, because it's geeses, obviously.
It's geese.
Holy crap. I gotta say also, it's insane what's going on over at patreon.com/Carpool Gaming. So much exclusive content. Lots of people supporting at that ad-free level, which is great. You get all these shows in one convenient feed. But if you go to that $5 tier, you get, it's crazy. It's actually, you compare to like a trip to McDonald's, like do that 15 times and then equate that amount of food to the amount of content for way less. For like the price of like 3 eggs a month, probably less than that. $5 a month gets you a ton of content, and I can't believe how many people do that. So I want to say thank you to them all, including our ultimate producers, Jonathan Brown, who does incredible music. PME, search it up on Apple Music and Spotify, or you can go directly to linktree/pme.jib. Listen while you work, listen while you sleep, listen while you play, listen while you do everything in between. It's amazing. Thank you, Jonathan Brown, for your love and support, my good friend. Technical Michael, who reminds you that if you are Kevesi or Agnian, you are a Xenobabe at heart. Thank you so much to our ultimate producers, and also to our platinum producers, Kiku, Peje EP, The Captain, and Uncle Tim Paullin, and all of our gold members, Adam K, Anna, Awesome Dave, 1337, Brad Moore, Brian Reese, Cecily Carrozza, Dan and Luma, Dannohh, Emily O'Kelly, Jan32, Laura and Liger Woods, 330, Mr. Giggles, OldMrFrump, Patrice Mallette, and Stephen Keller, you all generous sons of guns out there. Thank you so much for your support and love and kindness at patreon.com/Carpool Gaming. Go over there, try out that free trial, discover the fire hose of content spraying in your face, through your ear holes, out your nostrils, and everywhere else, I suppose, at patreon.com/Carpool Gaming. And if that sounds appealing to you, you can support us at the tier that you like. For Mitch, for Bowser, for Fee, this is me, Sean Capri, saying goodbye to all of you. Now, Mitch, go ahead and say bye to the people.
Bye, guys. My dogs aren't barking. Bye.
Thanks so much for tuning into this episode of the Xbox Drive. Now, before you drive off, be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow Carpool Gaming on socials. Don't forget that we've got some awesome Xbox Drive merch on carpoolgaming.com, and you can also support the show on Patreon at patreon.com/carpoolgaming for exclusive content. Links to everything are in the description. We'll see you next week.